Abhijit ji, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, okay. Sound quality is fine, no?
Okay, absolutely fine. And
And
video
video
is also good.
working, fine, fine. Okay. And Dr. Saha is
Dr.
joining.
Shah is not here.
Okay,
So he will
he will
join
join.
just before the his session.
Makes
So
sense.
he has an engagement with an RSC meeting.
Nice, nice, nice. ठीक है.
Okay.
Sanjay sir, I'm audible to you.
এরকমই আছে, শোনো, বড় ছবি আসবে, এরকমই আসবে, এরকমই আসবে। হ্যাঁ, ছবিটা আমার থাক, আমাকে বলতে হবে।
So 178 participants have already joined. Okay, so we'll just wait for another 2 minutes so that we can start the program within the stipulated time.
Hello?
You are audible, sir. You are
Yeah,
completely
yeah.
audible.
Then when will you start?
Sir, just only after just 2 minutes.
Okay, okay.
Uh, Dr. Sagwal, can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
You please, sir, ask Dr. Dhillon to join
He has
so
already
that.
joined. He's already
Oh,
on the
yes,
call.
already. Okay, okay. Thank you, thank you. Sir, we can start now. Already 200 participants have already joined to this particular webinar. So, sir, can we start now?
Okay, okay. You can
Okay.
start now.
Okay. So, good morning, all the participants and delegates who have joined this particular webinar, which is being conducted by one of the esteemed society of West Bengal, that is Crop and Weed Science Society, in brief, the CWSS. Most of the participants and delegates have already acquainted with this particular society, as we are working since 2004 along with the academicians, students, researchers, as well as the farmers in terms of promotion of different agricultural technologies through different awareness programs, organizing seminars, symposia, international conference, as well as different felicitations of dignitaries across the world. So in this particular webinar, that is comes under the names contemporary agricultural technologies for sustainability and risk mitigation, which is actually emphasize the in terms of the to represent the agriculture 4.0 specifically. And in this particular webinar, we have received a massive response within a very short period, and nearly 768 numbers of participants and delegates have joined across India. And in brief, I am welcoming all, and most of them are from agricultural students, professionals from IRI, SARC, CIMIT, and including different ICAR institutes, different state agricultural universities, different dairies and fish allied sectors universities have also joined this particular webinar. So with this, I am requesting our organizing secretary and the secretary of this Crop and Weed Science Society to welcome all the delegates as well as the speakers and to deliver the welcome address and a brief note about the webinar, and to start the webinar in a great aspects. So I'm requesting Dr. Sanjay Saha to give the welcome address of this particular webinar. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Ghosal. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to this national webinar on contemporary agriculture technologies for sustainability and risk management. Honorable President of the Society and Organizing President, Dr. Sujit Adhikari, our ex-president and ex-officio member of the present DC, Professor Ratikanta Ghosh, and today's guest speaker, Dr. B.S. Dhillo, Senior Rice Agronomist, Punjab Agriculture University, Dr. Pranjit Kumar Chakrabarti, former member, ASRB, and former Assistant Director General, Plant Protection of ICAR, Dr. Pradeep De, presently Director, ICAR Atadi Kolkata Zone 5, and Dr. T.K. Kole, Senior Scientist, ICAR RCER Patna, and also I welcome you all, sir. We also here present our working president, Dr. Kaushik Brahmachari, and Professor and Head Dr. Biplab Mitra of UBKB, Dr. Abhijit Ghosal, Dr. Kiran Barwi, and Dr. Pradeep Sagwal, convener of the webinar. I welcome all you, everybody. Then we are also having Dr. Malay Kumar Bhumi, Dr. Samuli Das, and other EC members. Those are present here in this webinar. And most important, today's participants. We got, as Dr. Ghosal told, we got very huge response, and more than 157 organizations participated in this program, including many international society organizations like IRI, SAC of BIOS, CIMET, along with different ICAR Institute like ICR, IRI, CRI, CRIJAF, IIRR, NDRI, IISWC, DWR, IIFSR, CIAH, Central Agriculture Universities, and Central State Agriculture Universities scientists from DIM University, and also from the faculties of different organizations, officials of Government Agriculture Department of West Bengal, Assam, Odisha, Kerala, and Haryana, scientists from Dean Universities, University of Dairy and Fisheries, subject matter specialists of different Krishi Vigyan Kendros of across the country, and also different participants from corporate sectors are also present here. I welcome you all in this seminar, national webinar on contemporary agricultural technologies for sustainability and risk mitigation. Dr. Ghosh already briefed, just I am briefing about the webinar. The webinar focuses mainly on contemporary agricultural technologies that can enhance our sustainability and also mitigate risks through data-driven approaches, better utilization of resources, and also increase climate resilience as a whole. And we are focusing on Agriculture 4.0 for optimizing production, productivity, sustainability, income generation, as well as minimizing environmental impact. And our webinar is coincides with four major themes. First theme, agronomic advancement and policy reforms in rice research. Eminent scientist Dr. B.S. Dhillon will brief about this theme and also interact with the participants. Our next theme is recent advances in plant protection, conserving biodiversity. Most experienced eminent scientist Dr. P.K. Chakraborty will brief about this and also interact with the participants. Third one is microgreens and high-tech horticulture for income generation. Our horticulturist from Regional Center of Eastern Region, Patna, Dr. T.K. Kole will deliver lecture in this aspect. And finally, digital soil analysis and carbon farming to mitigate climate risks. Eminent soil scientist Dr. Pradeep De, presently Director, ICAR Kolkata, will brief about this theme. And also, I am requesting all the registered participants to interact with these eminent speakers. Just before ending, I am briefing about the Crop and Wheat Science Society. As you know, most of you know about the society. This society established in 2004 and also involved many scientists, teachers, students, even farmers, professionals of corporate sectors of agriculture and allied fields. This society also associated and organizing many international national seminars, symposium for the scientific society. Not only that, and also they are organizing many workshop training programs for the farming community, and especially for wheat management, Parthenium Awareness Week, as well as World Soil Day. Presently, this month only we organized World Soil Day in the farmers field, just to aware about the sustainability and soil health management. So I am not speaking much more, and I again welcome all of you in this seminar. Our session coordinator of this program, Dr. Pradeep Sagal, System Agronomist, CIMET, Dr. Somen Bara, Assistant Professor, Department of Agronomy, BCKB, Dr. Nilesh Bhomik, presently Professor, Department of Pomology, UBKB, Dr. Sanjay Sil, Assistant Professor, Department of Agronomy, BCKB, and Dr. Samuli Das, Assistant Professor, Department of Agronomy, BCKB. I welcome all of you, and now I am requesting Dr. Pradeep Sagal to first session coordinator, just to coordinate the session. And Dr. Dhillon, I think Dr. Dhillon is ready. And also I am requesting Dr. Abhijit Ghoshal just to coordinate along with Dr. Pradeep Sagal. Thank you all.
Thank you very much, Dr. Saha, for your nice welcome address and as well as a brief description about the webinar which we are going to organize for the day long. So without much more delay, I am requesting Dr. Pradeep Sagwal, who is working as an system agronomist in CIMET. So who will coordinate this particular session, as Dr. Saha has already mentioned that we have a particular 4 theme in this particular webinar, and the first session will be coordinated by Dr. Pradeep Sagwal. Now I request Dr. Sagwal to please coordinate this particular session, which will be a lecture of 40 minutes as well as of 10 minutes of discussion. Now the mic is handed over to Dr. Sagwal. Dr. Sagwal, please.
All right. Thank you very much, Dr. Ghoshal and Dr. Saha, for kickstarting CWSS webinar. Guys, we are ready with our first session, and it's my honor and privilege to introduce Dr. Bhuta Singh Dhillon to this auspicious occasion of the seminar and the very first talk. Dr. Dhillon is a renowned agronomist and has been associated with Punjab Agricultural University, and he is a rice agronomist and has a vast experience on specifically on rice agronomy. He has handled multiple projects and has vast collaborations from state to national to international agencies, including project being handled by Dr. Dhilo from FAO, including International Rice Research Institute, and also some other key projects which is being handled by Dr. Butta Singh Dhilo. And I have a huge privilege that I have worked in his association. He has been PI for many multiple projects, and presently he has been handling few of them. Other than that, he has published more than 40 peer-reviewed publication on high repute Journal of International Standards. And he has been associated with developing multiple production practices, including the varietal development, and he has guided more than 10 UG and PG students. And over a period of 10 years, he is associated with Rice Science and member of 6 different professional societies. He has achieved a lot, and if you see his journey from a agronomy student to right now a senior rice agronomist, it's very admirable. He received the best thesis award from a reputed society, which is Indian Society of Agronomy, and he is also having ISA Associateship Award, and he has loads of things. And without taking much time, I directly request Dr. Dhilo to start his talk. Guys, we are having 40 minutes for the talk, and we will be also having 10 minutes for question and answer session. If you have any pertinent question intermittent, please use the chat box. Drop your question in the chat box. So over to you, Dr. Butta Singh Dhilo, sir. Please start sharing your screen, sir.
Buddha sir, I'm audible to you? Dhilo sir.
He's just sharing. He's just sharing. And the first topic, as of most of you know, and I must have see the schedule. It's particular in the rice, and Dr. Butta Singh Dhilo is going to share a case of Punjab. Yes, Dr. Dhilo, we can see. Sorry for the small technical glitch, guys. So Dr. Butta Singh has just joined, and he will be starting within few seconds. Please bear with us.
Dr. Sagwal, probably he has joined his different name. That
No, no,
the
no. He unfortunately got logged out, and he's just rejoining. I just spoke to him.
okay,
I
okay,
just made a call. Yeah.
okay, okay.
He was there in the call. I saw his video as well. Oh, Abhijit ji, Abhijit ji,
Yeah,
hello.
yeah.
So there is a user Kanu Priya Sharma, उसको unmute कर दीजिए. He is using his system. कुछ
Yeah.
सिस्टम हैंग हो गया उनका. कनु प्रिया
What
शर्मा.
was the name, sir?
What's
कनु
What was the
प्रिया.
name, sir?
कनु प्रिया शर्मा.
Okay,
Please unmute Kanu Priya Sharma.
done.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So, am I audible?
Yes, Dr. Saab. Yeah. Sorry for
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
inconvenience.
thank you,
Yeah, please
thank
go
you
ahead. And
for this
my colleague will
inconvenience.
help you for slide transfer.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. So, respected organizers and dear delegates, very good morning to all of you. So, today, I am really fortunate that I have been given this responsibility to talk on some topic by this esteemed society, Crop and Wheat Science Society. So, at the onset, I should thank the organizer for this opportunity. So, I will be talking on the agronomic advancements and policy reforms in rice research. Next, please. Yeah. So, starting with the statistics of the rice. So, if we see the rice statistics over the period of time from 1960s to 2024, how the rice production productivity and area is changing. So we can see here that in case of, if you see the data of world, the area has increased from 115 million hectare to 163. Also, there is a rise in area in case of India from 35 to 51. Similarly, the case of Punjab, but if you see this China, so see how smart China is. They have not increased their area because they have to preserve their resources. But we are in the need of food, but we are increasing the area. So they are sometimes we can see they are dependent on the imports also from the China is importing rice from Vietnam, Thailand, and Myanmar. Uh, Another thing that they have very high productivity, and I am very happy to share that our productivity of, if we see the productivity of Punjab, our productivity has surpassed China. Punjab productivity has surpassed China. So this is 44.5 quintal per hectare is the productivity of basmati and non-basmati both. But if we talk of non-basmati only, so it is so please now please unmute my account.
You want to use your account, Dr. Saab?
Yes. Please.
Kanu,
Sir, you were not audible. Sir,
So, can you please unmute?
sir, you can mute your device, but I think there is two devices from your room. So please, like log out from one device. There's a echo.
डॉक्टर साहब आप कनु प्रिया वाला वो कर दीजिए, उसको ऑफ कर दीजिए, उसका स्पीकर.
ठीक है जी, ठीक है।
Yeah.
And in case you want to slide share from your end, you can also do for your convenience. Dr. Butta Singh?
Sir has left, I think, sir.
Oops.
Like
Let me
No
check.
Kanu Priya is there and Dillo sir is also. Yeah, Butta Dillo sir. One minute. Yeah. Sir, I'm audible to you. Dillo sir, you can unmute yourself. Abhijit sir, I'm audible to you.
Yeah,
Yes,
completely.
you're audible. I'm calling.
Dillo sir, please unmute yourself, please, and continue.
No. रोहित जी, वो कनुप्रिया वाला ही कर दीजिए दोबारा से। आई थिंक उनको फिर सिस्टम में कुछ हैंग हो रहा है, नहीं चल रहा है, तो ही विल बी यूजिंग कनुप्रियाज डिवाइस।
डन सर, फिर सर दूसरे डिवाइस से ना लॉग आउट।
मैं हो करवा दिया। सॉरी गाइस, वी आर फेसिंग सम चैलेंज बट दैट
No issue, that's fine sir, this is online platform, these things happen. So Buddha sir, please continue.
Okay, thank you. Please, Bharat. Done. Okay, thank you. Sorry again for inconvenience. So I was talking like productivity of Punjab. So we have surpassed China, and also if we talk of this basmati, so India is a leader in basmati production and export. And of this export, total export, about 80% is from Punjab and Haryana, and about 45% is from Punjab only. So next, please. So there is a lot of revolution in production and productivity over a period of time. In case of India, Punjab, even at the world level. Please next, please. Yeah, but this revolution is at the cost of the natural resources. So the water table is declining at a very fast rate. Average water table fall is around half a meter, but in some of the central districts of Punjab state, this fall is about 1 meter. So this is very serious concern. Labor shortage is there. Then climate change is there, that our climate is changing. If we talk of in the context of Punjab, so for 1 decade there is a rise of minimum temperature by 0.5 degrees centigrade per decade. So this is also very alarming situation. So straw management is the another issue, although this year we have been managed, and I will show these slides about this, our how we could manage this also. But in the recent past, this was the biggest issue we were facing. So next, please. Next, yeah. So talking of the water availability, so if I talk of this Indian context, so water level, water availability, per capita water availability is decreasing, and presently we are in the we are near to water scarce level. And the major, sometimes we are asking, okay, not only the farming community is not responsible. Yes, we can say we need to be quite wise in all the sector for water use, but the major water use in the irrigation, about 70% contribution of the water use. If you see the sectoral distribution, it is from agriculture. So we need to devise, we need to have some technologies for the wise use of water in agriculture. Next, please. So then water pricing, yes, this is very important. Unfortunately, sometime due to some policy or government will, sometime the water, there is no water pricing. But I have presented here some of the case studies from different countries. How when there was a water pricing there and there was a steep reduction in the water use. So if you see this to the household, there was a 10% increase in tariff in case of Australia, Canada, and so many other countries. So there was a reduction in demand in China also. Similar was the case in the Indonesia. So water pricing, sensible water pricing should be there. Next, please. Then coming to the reason for water, the last one, sir, last one. So then coming to the reason for decline in water table. So if I talk of water table fall in Punjab, so this is not only that we can say that this is increased area under rice is the only responsible. No, it is not like that. Yes, there is a rise in area over the period of time. So in the year 2003, Dr. Sardara Singh Johal, he was an eminent agri-economist. He gave one policy to the government of Punjab that at that time the area under rice was around 2.5 million hectare. And he asked the Punjab government to go. So we need to reduce the area to 1.5 million hectare, and we need to diversify around 1 million hectare to the certain other crop. So because our water sources, they can sustain only 1.5 million hectare, but it happened conversely. So from 2.5 million hectare, now the area has increased to 3.2 million hectare. So this is the one reason of waterfall, but there are also some climatic concern. So you can see here the rainfall pattern, monsoon rainfall from 2000 to 2024 in 25 year, there were only 4 years in which the rainfall was above normal. And 19 or 21 year, they recorded a below normal rainfall. So this is the reason because there is no recharge of aquifer. Same with the case of the average annual rainfall. Another thing is decline in the canal irrigated area is also there. If we see that central, southwestern and northeastern Punjab, there is a steep decline in the canal. The use of surface irrigation water has decreased, and the use of the tubal water has increased. Now presently we have around 15 lakh tubal, and during the paddy season they are running about 8 hours daily. So how much water we are extracting? So yes, so we need the one of the intervention can be increased dependence on the surface water. Next, please. Next, please. Yes, next, please. So same is the case in case of the our neighboring state Haryana. Next. Okay, then how to take care of these problems? So we followed integrated approach. So first and foremost, because when we are talking of anything, so our agriculture start from the varieties, new varieties. So we reoriented our breeding strategies, then fine-tuning of agronomic packages, large-scale mechanization, competitive use of paddy straw. So these are the various integrated approach we followed over a period of time. Because I have shown you the situation which we were gambling in the last period time, and I will also show in the coming slide that how we have overcome those problems. And so in case of breeding strategies, we have made a policy at the university level that we are not to release any rice variety of duration more than 140 days seed to seed. But mainly we are focusing on 120, 125 days varieties in case of rice. But now this is a policy at university level. Then also there is a policy for low straw load, because straw management is the biggest issue in the recent past. And we are also breeding for dry exterior condition and improved resource use efficiency. Then fine-tuning of agronomic package include adjusting transplanting date. We have came up with the Punjab Preservation of Subsoil Water Act 2009. To regulate the transplanting date of paddy, because when we are transplanting paddy in the earlier date, the evapotranspiration losses are more. So also we came up with the novel Tarvatar DSR, then seed priming as a risk reducing technology, crop residue management, where we have developed a lot of machinery, and also large scale mechanization. Then policy support is very important. And policy, in case of policy support, next please. Next, please. Yeah, in case of policy support at center and state level, there were so many policies. So first and foremost is this Punjab State Agriculture Policy. The draft has been prepared and it is yet to be passed from our assembly and at the center level. But the draft has been prepared, and with respect to rice sector, there are two very important things in this, that there is no paddy transplanting or sowing in the overexploited blocks. Then ban on the long duration variety, which we have already made at a university level, but when it will come at in a state agriculture policy, so it will do a wonder. Then there is no tubal in the Kandi areas. So this is a Punjab State Agriculture Policy draft. Then promotion of alternate paddy establishment method. So we are talking of direct seeded rice. So our Punjab government is giving 15 as an incentive to the farmer, 1,500 rupees per acre in Punjab, and in Haryana it is 4,500 per acre. So as to promote it, so as to make it more promising to the farmers. Then in case of crop residue management, center and state, they have spent a lot. And from 2018, 1,680 crore rupees have been spent on this crop residue machinery. And presently in Punjab, if I talk, 1.5 lakh crop residue machines are running. That all the machinery has been provided on the subsidy. And I'm very happy to share that this year there has been 95% reduction of the fire incidents. I will show the slide in the coming presentation. So this has done wonder, crop residue management. Then Punjab Preservation of Subsoil Water Act. So this act was made in 2009, and it has also given very wonderful result. Then Kusum scheme for solarization of the pumps. So this is also working. Then promoting crop diversification. So as to diversify our cropping system from rice to alternate crop like maize, our government is supporting around 6,700 per acre to the farmer, so that the farmer they can go away from the rice water guzzling crop to the other crops. Next, please. So starting with the breeding strategy, so we have different targets. Short duration, I have already talked. So not only short duration, we are stacking so many traits. Yield improvement is one, then stacking of biotic and abiotic stress tolerance, then grain quality, resource use efficiency like nitrogen use efficiency. So they are the major traits we are working. Next, please. Next, please. So this is over here how we have worked. And earlier this Pusa 44, which was taking 160 days from seed to seed. This was the popular variety in Punjab. But over a period of time, we have developed the varieties which are having higher per day productivity. So if it see this has the per day productivity of 46.87 kg, but now we came up the variety like PR126, which is taking around 37 days less than this variety. And here the product without compromising the productivity, and here the per day productivity is around 61 kg per hectare. So we have also working in this direction, per day productivity, lesser straw load, lesser water requirement, lesser use of inputs. And also when we are going for the shorter duration variety, because in case of rice wheat cropping system, the major problem is the window. After harvesting of rice, if we have sufficient window for sowing of wheat crop, then that is a very good strategy for managing paddy straw. So and with time, this area under these our short duration variety is rising. Next, please. So this is the how the short duration varieties are getting popular in Punjab, and also in the rejoining our variety, not only in Punjab, in the state, also they are doing wonderful, giving wonderful results. So we can see here that in case of Punjab, besides Punjab, Haryana, Jammu, Kashmir, Uttarakhand, and even in Odisha, our variety PR124 is being grown. So in Bihar, a number of varieties from Punjab Agri University, they are grown. So now the major area under short duration variety like PR126, if we talk of, PR126 is the major variety which is taking very less time, 93 days after transplanting. Total it is 123 days, but after transplanting it is taking only 93 days. So the major area is under this variety, around more than 35% area is under this variety nowadays. And if we see from 2012 to 2025, in 2012 around 67% area was under long duration variety like Pusa 44. But now that has been gone drastically to 27% and 73% have came under our short duration varieties. So which are resource use efficient, which are high yielding, which have very good milling quality. Next. And thankfully, our farmer they are adopting the technology whatsoever is technology developed by Punjab Agriculture University. So this is the development of the water saving technology. So one is the variety we have talked. So here we can see that why our varieties are being adopted by the farmers, because if we see the net gain in case of PR126, it is around 217 more than Pusa 44. Then laser land leveler, it was developed by in 2007, and it is able to save up around 15% of irrigation water. And major area of Punjab, if I talk of around our area under Punjab is under rice is 3.2 million hectare, and almost all the areas have been 1 or 2 times they have been laser leveled. Our farmers are very innovative. Then if we talk of direct seeded rice, so the dry direct seeded rice was recommended by PAU in 2010, and then in 2020 we came up with a new novel technology of Tarvatar DSR or soil mulch DSR. Then alternate wetting drying. So we are talking nowadays of alternate wetting drying, and I'm very happy to share that PAU has recommended this technology in 1982, and more happy to share that our Punjab farmer, they are now adopting this technology. They are not there is no continuous flooding in our Punjab farmer. They are going for this, adopting this technology, and they know that we can save a lot of water and environment concern. So next, please. So yes, another is the technology that is backed by the policy support. So that is very important. So so I was talking about the Punjab Preservation of Subsoil Water Act. So this act was enacted in the year, it was ordinance in the year 2008, and in 2009 it became act. And in this we have regulated the transplanting date and nursery sowing date. And when we have delayed the transplanting date, automatically there was the long duration variety, they were shunned out. So when we shunned out the long duration variety, we came up with the short duration variety. So this is the press clipping of last year. You can see our Honorable Chief Minister's statement. Moving away from Pusa 44 helped save state around 477 crore. So means when we have left this variety, so in case of power sector, this is only in case of power sector. And the another saving which you have in the ecological term that have not been accounted for. So we have saved the electricity of 477 crore when we are shifting from Pusa 44 to short duration varieties. So next, please. So yes, this is very important. I have presented here how in the year 2008 there was the steep fall of water table 85 centimeter per year. This was the average rate of waterfall, but now it is around 55 centimeter per year. So with the enactment of this Punjab Preservation of Subsoil Water Act, so these are the transplanting date we are keeping in our act every year. Our government is giving transplanting date under this act, and you can see over the year there has been steep increase in the productivity. So there is an increase in productivity. At the same time, there is a rest of water table fall. So this act has done wonder, and this act has saved Punjab. So I think that it should be leveraged to some other areas also, because if this act might have not been enacted, our water table fall rate, I cannot say that it might have gone anywhere. So this act has done wonder. It has increased productivity because most of our short duration variety, they are producing high yield. They are giving high yield under late transplanting, and they are providing sufficient window for next wheat sowing. And also there is a saving of irrigation water. Next, please. Next. So yeah, this is very important slide. So I was talking about the PR 1 to 6 of under varieties. Generally, as an agronomist, we are giving the transplanting or sowing date. But for this variety, we had to recommend cut-off transplanting date. Why? Because it is giving very high yield, even 8 ton yield when we are transplanting it around 25th of July, and 7 ton up to 5th of August. So I don't know what is in this variety that is even under staggered planting. It is giving very high yield, and our farmer they used to use this variety, and they incorporate one crop of summer maize in between the rice and wheat cropping system, because they were getting, even after 25th or in the first week of the August when they were transplanting this variety, they were giving very high yield. But we are not to see only yield. We are to see a holistic manner. We are to see the millers also. We have very good number of millers. Over last 12 or 13 years, more 5,000 rice mills have been established in Punjab. This is because our variety, they are very, very good milling quality variety. And one thing I must share with you, that during our variety release, in our state variety release committee, millers are the part and parcel of our state variety release committee. Once the millers say, okay, this variety is acceptable to us, only after that we are recommending that variety. And what happened with PR 126 in the last 2-3 years? So the farmer used to transplant it very late. So when they were transplanting it very late, so there was an increase in the grain moisture content. So there was a marketing hurdles. Also, they were transplanting late, there was uneven grain filling in this variety. So the head rice recovery was less. You can see here that in late planting there is steep decrease in the head rice recovery. So we last year we recommended the cutoff date that in case of PR 126 variety, we should not transplant it after 15th of July, because up to this date we can have very good yield, we can have permissible grain moisture content, we have very good head rice recovery, and also we can save around 17% irrigation water over the earlier sown date. Next, please. So means we need to take the things in a holistic manner. So these are the graph that how when we are planting late. Next, please. So there is a fall in temperature, and that's why the problems are occurring. Next, please. So yes, another trait we are working nitrogen efficiency, because in most of the alluvial soil they are low in nitrogen. And also if we see at national level, and if we compare with the Punjab, the nitrogen use is very high. So we are working in this direction also, so as to produce, so as to develop a nitrogen use efficient variety. And till date in one of the DBT funded project, we have already identified 13 nitrogen use efficient donor till now. Next, please. And not only this, we have also developed one variety and released last year, PR 132. And this variety, this is also a very wonderful variety. And this gave higher yield even at 75% of recommended dose of nitrogen. And then we found that what is in this variety, and we could found that the nitrogen as well as the dry matter translocation of this variety is significantly higher than our already released varieties. So it has been able to translate more nitrogen to the sink and dry matter to the sink. So that's why it is giving high yield. And this type of variety, they are very much needed for our situation. Next, please. So yes, Dr. Khush. So we are very fortunate that they are visiting us every year, and they are also motivating our team. Next, please. Dr. G.S. Khush, Rice King. So yes, milling quality I was talking of, because milling quality, because we are to also take care of the farmers as well as the industry or millers also. So all our variety, they have very high head rice recovery of around more than 60% head rice recovery. So here we can see that all of our variety, they are giving 60 to 60, even 64 or 65% head rice recovery. But generally, it should be more than a miller have to give back 50.25 kg head rice and 16.75 kg broken rice back to the government. But our variety, they are giving very good head rice recovery. And this is the reason that although hybrids, they are giving good yield, but the head rice recovery in many of the hybrid, that is very less. So that's why the hybrid adoption in Punjab is less than 1%. Next, please. So yes, geographical indication to Basmati. So this geographical indication is in case of India, there are 7 states and 77 districts of India. They have this geographical indication, and Punjab is the next, please. Major state producing Basmati, but there are some constraints in Basmati cultivation like price fluctuation. This year the price was less, and also this year the rainfall was more, and due to high rainfall, the productivity was less, because when the solar radiation, then the sunshine hours are decreasing. There is very steep fall in productivity in Punjab. In 2018, similar it happened, and again this year, the rainfall, due to more rainfall, there is around 15% reduction in the productivity in case of Punjab. Then next, please. So in case of Basmati, European Union pesticide residue limit, that is also problem, because they have reduced the tricyclozole MRL to 0.01 ppm, and but we can, next, please. But we are working in this direction also, that PAU has become the first university to register a biocontrol agent Trichoderma aspergillum with the central insecticide board, and this will take care of the foot rot disease. Foot rot is a major basmati disease, and we have already registered this, and we are providing it to the farmers, and this is the major breakthrough. And also our government is also working hand in hand with our university and the State Department of Agriculture, and keeping in view this pesticide residue. So we are banning 10 pesticides which are about to have effect on the basmati export. So we are banning those for 3 to 4 months during this basmati season. So they are also helping us to increase our export. Next, please. So then coming to the, yes, DSR is the very good technology to take care of this all the issues we are facing in Punjab and North India or some other states also. Next, please. So DSR not only save water, it also save labor, it also improve the physical condition of the soil, because when we are not puddling the soil, so it improve the physical condition. So beside giving the ADPAR yield with the PTR, if we have shown the DSR and we are showing wheat after DSR, there is about 8 to 10% increase in the wheat yield also. So just this is the journey of DSR agronomy at PAU. So we started working on this down DSR in 2003 with the wet DSR, but we could not get very much success because there was a very less, because when we are puddling, so there was less saving of water and emission reduction was not achieved. So then in 2006 we started working on dry DSR, and in 2010 PAU became the first university to recommend dry desiccated rice in North India. And here we could save about 10 to 15% water and also significant cut in the greenhouse gas emission and improve productivity of the succeeding crop. But there were some issues here also, because when we are applying water in the first month, 2, 3, 4 water irrigation we are applying. So sometimes there is a errant absence and weed menace is there. So then in the 2018 there was a development of lucky seed drill, and in 2020 we gave these soil mulch DSR, and locally we are calling it a Tarvatar DSR. So here we are the first irrigation we are delaying up to 3 weeks after sowing. Like we are sowing in like wheat we are sowing in a Tarvatar, or we can say a field capacity, moisture little more than field capacity. We are sowing the DSR with machine, and then we are applying the first irrigation around 3 weeks after sowing. So when there is the upper soil layer is dry here, so there is because you know that most of the weed they emerge from 0 to 2 centimeter soil layer. So there is a less weed menace. The seedlings are quite sturdy here. Next, please. Next. So yes, laser land leveler is there. I have already talked that how the growth of laser land leveler. You can see that in the Punjab, how the laser around 10,000 machines are running nowadays in Punjab, and the area is also increasing under laser leveler. And we can see very good crop establishment in laser level field. So this is very vital for the success of DSR. Next. So this is the photograph showing very good stand of crop, direct seeded rice crop. Next, please. So yes, this is the DSR area in Punjab. Sometime it was increasing, then decreasing. Then in COVID it increased like 2.5 lakh hectare. Then but again in 2020 it came to 67,000 hectare. But from the last 4 years it is increasing steeply. So we are very hopeful that in the coming years the area under DSR will increase, and this DSR will save our water. It will help in other problems also. So next, please. So sometimes the people are asking why there was a reduction in area. So there were many issues, but our farmers, they are very enthusiastic. So when we are developing any technology, they go for this technology on a wider area. But this DSR, it is a skill-savvy technology. It is a package of so many small technologies, but sometimes the farmer is not able to understand that, and next year they are leaving. But now our farmer, they have developed confidence, and this is another intervention as a risk-reducing technology we have developed. We have strong collaboration with IRRI, and we have developed the technology of seed priming with potassium nitrate 2% for 12 hours, and this help in earlier emergence as well as the better early vigor. of the crop. Next, please. So this is a very good risk reducing technology in case of DSR. So this is Tarvatar DSR agronomy. So you can see here that when we are applying irrigation at on the 0 days or 2 weeks or 3 weeks, the grain yield is almost similar. There is non-significant difference, but dry matter accumulation by wheat is significantly reduced, and irrigation water saving to the tune of around 12% is more when we are delaying the first irrigation. So this technology is also being adopted by masses by in our Punjab. Next, please. So also we have developed the technology of raised bed system in DSR. This is again a water saving technology. Next, please. Next, please. So then identifying suitable genotype, this is very important. So actually we have one project plan direct with IRI, and in which our breeder, they are working on development of the DSR suitable varieties. But till we are now, because that is the breeding is a long time journey. So till as a low hanging opportunity, we are evaluating some already released variety and advanced breeding line and some released hybrids under DSR. Next, please. And so as to next, please. Next, please. Yes, these are the breeding target for a superior genotype establishment, germination from deeper depth, then anaerobic germination, nematode, then lodging resistance. These are the major traits when biotic and abiotic stress tolerance. Next, please. Next. So here we can see that here we have evaluated some of the released and advanced breeding lines. So we have tried them under both DSR and PTR. This work was also in collaboration with IRI. So we can see here that all the varieties performed equally well under both systems, but two varieties, Pusa 44 and PR121, they didn't perform well under DSR, although they gave good yield under PTR. So basically what I have found that this is basically linked with the DSR rated traits. Like in case of DSR, the most important trait is the early vigor. So these varieties, they lack early vigor. When the variety which lack early vigor, so that is not able to perform under DSR because the weeds, they overpower the crop. Also, generally we are saying, okay, in case of DSR, the duration is reduced. But if the crop, if a variety has lesser early vigor, sometimes there is no cut in the crop duration. Like if I talk of PR121, so it is taking almost similar or 1 to 2 days more under DSR than PTR. So this is not true for all genotypes, but yes, for a DSR adapted varieties, there is a cut of around 5 to 8 or 10 days duration is there. Next, please. So here also you can see some of the hybrids we have tested. So although hybrids, they are giving very good yield under DSR, but the problem here is the harvest index is low in case of hybrids. So harvest index, when the harvest index low means they have more straw load. So straw load is again a problem. This is one issue. Another issue is the stability is sometimes more in hybrids. And most important issue which we are facing in our state is the milling quality. The head rice recovery in case of hybrid is around 3 to 5% less than the inbred varieties, and our miller, they are not accepting it. So otherwise, in case of yield, sometimes they are performing well, but lodging and the milling quality, they are the major trade-off we can see in case of the hybrids. Next, please. Next. So next, please. These are some varieties suitable for DSR, which we have recommended. Next. So yes, irrigation. So generally, rice is a water-loving crop, but not requiring as much water as sometimes our farmer think of. So we can see here. So for the success of DSR, for saving water, realizing the water saving, we need to have some dedicated variety which are having drought tolerance. So drought tolerant variety, it could yield equally good at up to 40 kilopascal, but our PR126 it could yield similar around 20 kilopascal. So yes, we need to work on this aspect also, because sometimes the varieties which is giving good yield at 40 kilopascal, sometimes we can have variety. But what happens when we are applying so less water to the DSR? There is another problem, nematode problem is there. So we need to strike a balance between the biotic and abiotic stresses. We have to have such varieties, such genotypes, which can produce good yield with less water, but at the same time, there should be a nematode resistance also. Next, please. So here we can see that our PR126 at 40 kilopascal, you can see a dip in growth, but the drought tolerant DR of 42, it is performing well at even at 40 kilopascal. Next, please. Next. So yes, weeds were a biggest problem in DSR, but now I think this problem has been solved. Next, please. Next, please. Weeds are no more a problem because we have integrated weed management strategies. So in case of integrated, we have recommended Parvata DSR, then stale seed bed is another intervention. We have very good bouquet of herbicide, pre-emergence, early post-emergence and post-emergence herbicide, mechanical weeding, but major problem in here is the weed identification is key. Because sometimes there is some another weed, but farmer is applying another herbicide because every weed, they have different herbicide. So you can see here that when there was a Echinoclea crassulae and sedges were the major weed, the Besparibac sodium that did very wonderful result. But when there was a Leptoclea and Aragrostis, so this herbicide didn't work. So means identification is key. If we could have capacity building of the farmer in case of identification, then otherwise we have very good herbicide option. Next, please. Herbicide as well as the cultural and mechanical option. Yes, this is another major intervention. Imidazole tolerant herbicide. Recently, our Indian Agricultural Research Institute, they have released 2 basmati varieties, Pusa basmati 1979 and 1982. So they are herbicide tolerant varieties. The stewardship guideline for India in Indian context have also been developed and have been published by the Director of Weed Science Research. So this is also very good. This will give a very good push to the DSR, this herbicide tolerant genotype. But we have to use this technology very wisely, because if we will be solely depending upon the Imidazole herbicide, what will happen? Because this is an ALS herbicide and it will develop resistance very soon. So when there will be resistance, so because you know that ALS, they are very susceptible to resistance. So we will have to integrate it with other technology. We will have to use it as an integrated tool. It is an integrated tool and not solely dependent on the Imidazole herbicide. So pre-emergence herbicide is very must. And after that, we can apply this herbicide. So next, please. So these are the key achievements in DSR agronomy. So next, please. I think time is running very fast. So yes, irrigation management, then diverse flora identification is the key. Then volunteer rice is the problem in DSR. And for this volunteer rice, number 2-3 things are very important, because now weeds are not a problem. Already I have told. Now problem in case at a farmer field is the volunteer rice. So XT rice is the one option to take care of this volunteer rice. Then stale seed bed is the another cultural method which we can take care of this volunteer rice. So this is very important. And with this XT, this volunteer rice we can take care of. But again, I would like to give you a caution that we are not to solely depend on the HT rice. We are to take HT rice as an integrated strategy and not solely dependent on this. Next, please. So then for promoting DSR and water saving, there are some, there needs some regulations. We need to fix date of sowing for DSR as we are sowing for the PTR also. Then regulate water supply. So next, please. Then fixed transplanting date when we, yes. So we are also working on greenhouse gas emission. We have just strengthened our work in this in collaboration with IRRI. So this is also very important, because yield, productivity, milling quality at the same time as a sustainable development goal. So we need to have some technology which can give us a next, please, lesser greenhouse emissions. Then so take care of this labor problem. We came up with another intervention of paddy, remotely controlled paddy transplanter. Because now this drudgery is very high when we are going behind this walk behind type paddy transplanter. So PAU have developed the prototype for this remote controlled paddy transplanter, and it is a very wonderful machine. Next, please. So then another issue is the straw management. Yes, already I have talked of, but this year we could manage a lot with the mechanical, with the policy interventions. In policy, we have the government of India, they have given a subsidy of around 1,680 crores with the they have given around 1.5 lakh machines to the Punjab farmers, and also there was some legal implications also. So next please. Next please. So role of variety here again came because when with the variety which are giving sufficient window period, we can manage the paddy straw, and also when the straw load of variety is less, we can manage the paddy straw. But in case of long rotation varieties, the straw load is more. So then this paddy residue management is a problem. And I should state that in case of Punjab, because the area under short rotation variety is more than 75%. So this is the major reason that we could able to manage paddy straw, because in 2016 there were more than 1 lakh paddy fire incidents, but this year they decreased to around 5,000 only. So there is a 95% reduction in the. So the role of variety is very must. The role of variety is very important. Next, please. So then establishment immediate variation in silica. Yes, we all know that the silica content is very high in case of rice crop. It is a silica accumulator. And we have made one study, and we could find that in case of DSR, silica accumulation is significantly lesser than PTR. So when the silica accumulation less, because when we are going for the alternate use of paddy straw, so when due to more silica, there is a choking of furnaces of the when we are producing using it for bioenergy. So this DSR can be a good intervention to reduce the silica content, and it can our straw can be used as a biofuel, and it can be fed to the animal. Next, please. Then these are the various mechanical intervention which we have developed for in situ as well as the ex situ management of paddy straw, and our farmer they are adopting. And major machinery used is the super seeder. Around 23% area was under super seeder, and 23% area was under baler, and rest was under all the machines. In the recent past, we came up with one new machine, surface seeding, then happy seeder, then smart seeder. There are so many machineries are available. And next, please. So this is the advantage of paddy straw management. So this is fourth year onwards, we can reduce the due to we can see here that in case of conventional, first graph, if we see organic carbon, in case of conventional it is 0.45, and it rose to 0.76 or 0.77 in case of straw managed fields. So this is data after 13 years of paddy residue management. And similarly, the case of the NPK content and also the system productivity, if we see, so the system productivity, if we are in the conventional system, we are burning as compared to if we are incorporating, it rose from 11.3 ton per hectare to 12.4 ton per hectare. And also there is a significant saving in the nitrogen use, and the urea to save to the tune of 1,723 crore rupees urea can be saved in Punjab only if we adopt this paddy straw management interventions. So this is very good output we can see. Next, please. So this is the here we can see that how over a period of time, in case if we see in 2016, the number of fire incidents were 1,02,000, and this year they were around 5,000, and there is a significant improvement in the air quality index and 95% reduction over 2016. Next, please. So this is data of the CREAM lab, IRA. So yeah, for this all this work which I have presented, I must thank my collaborators who have international collaboration with IRI, then with the ISARC, then FAO. Then at national level, we have collaboration with CSSRI, Indian Institute of Rice Research, IARI, NRRI. Then within the university, we are also working collaboratively, because most of the work which we are doing, which I have presented, is the interdisciplinary work, and we are working interdisciplinarily. So I must thank and for the collaborative efforts my collaborator they have made. So next, please. So that's all. Thank you very much from my side, and thank you for the patience hearing. And I must thank the organizer for giving me this opportunity and for this wonderful opportunity. And now I will be happy to answer any query if any delegate have any query. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Dilo. Colleagues, we are open for now question. We can take 4 to 5 questions at a max. If you have any question, please unmute yourself and interact directly with Dr. Butta Singh Dilo sir. Thank you, Dr. Saab. It was very wonderful though. And let's see if any question arises.
Hello, good morning, sir. Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Sir, thank you so much. I'm Dr. Manisha Raut from Odisha. Thank you so
Yes,
much for
yes.
this wonderful presentation. It was really insightful, sir. Sir, as I'm working with farmers, what we see here in Odisha is that they are really reluctant to move towards this DSR or say alternate wetting and drying that we talk about in agronomy. So, sir,
Yes.
as you said, as I saw, you are focusing on taking these short duration varieties. So,
Yes.
how about can we be able to meet the demands of the consumers in India if we shift from long duration to short duration all of a sudden? So that was my concern, sir. Thank you.
Sorry. Last one of demand. What was your question?
Sir, as we know that the production and productivity of long duration rice varieties or hybrids are always higher than that of short duration ones because of those reasons that we all know. So if we recommend our farmers to please take up shift from a long duration to short duration varieties, so will we be in a position to meet the demands of the country?
Okay,
Thank you.
Thank you, Doctor, for a very wonderful question. So actually, the first one is the productivity level. So I have already shown you that our breeders, they have developed the varieties with the short duration without compromising productivity. So yes, nowadays we have very good techniques and we have speed breeding facility. We have like another breeding facilities with which we can develop a variety in a shorter period of time. And we have developed the varieties, short duration variety, without compromising the productivity. We cannot say that if the varieties of long duration, its yield will be more. So yes, another thing, how we have convinced. Okay, let's say if the productivity of a long duration variety is more 1.5 or 2 quintal per acre more than the short duration variety, then you must see that what are the cost of cultivation. I did this survey in Punjab, in 10 districts of Punjab. I visited farmers. I asked them that okay, in case of Pusa 44, what you are applying? In case of our PR varieties, short duration variety, what you are applying? And what I have found from their data that there is a saving of around 5,000 rupees, 5,000 per acre in case of the cost of production. So if we are saving this 5,000, means we are 2.5 quintal ahead of the long duration varieties. So in this way, we have, because this is not a one day, I have shown you the data that in 2012 we had 67% area under long duration variety, and now it is only 27%. And we could reduce this area by around 40% in 12 or 13 years. So yes, you can also, it is a gradual process. So over a period of time, very good genetics are coming. Now, major focus of all the like institute, even our Indian Institute of Rice Research, they're also now focusing on the short duration varieties. Under resource, yes, but sometime if you have some, like in some ecologies, so even the long duration variety can do wonder. So then you can adopt long duration there. But if you have resource constraint, then very good options of short duration variety with very high productivity, they are available nowadays.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Any other question, colleagues? If you have.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Am I audible?
Yes, yes, you are audible.
Sir, I am big fan of your work. I'm a student. I follow your LinkedIn, all the your work, but I am now working in a NGO for the for farmers. There are such schemes, just like DSR and voting alternative voting methods. But there are some problems when we are working on it, because in a West Bengal situation, there are during the monsoons and the erratic monsoon. So why, how to we are apply these systems actually? Because of monsoon problem, and there are small and margin farmer, they have no such kind of machinery how to control the wheat spacers. This is the my concern.
Okay. Actually, I think in West Bengal, your area will be under wet DSR.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So in wet DSR, we need to have some technology like AG anaerobic germination should be there. So such type of varieties, if we will have, then we can surely have very good. This is very good technology for you. Or like if I talk of Punjab context, so this is not very much needed for Punjab. But in case of wet DSR, AG is very important trait, anaerobic germination. So I think if we have AG in a variety, then population we can attain very good plant stand. And once the plant stand is good, so there is a sufficient plant stand, naturally there will be less of the weed pressure, and also the yield will be more. So I think this can be good option for your state.
Yes, yes. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
There is a question in the chat box. Is there any difference between fertilizer dose timings for TPR versus DSR? Dr. Butta Singh Dillo, Dr. Gaurav Sharma has asked this question.
Yes, very good question. Yes, so yes, this is there because we are to apply fertilizer, we are to provide nutrient to the crop at the critical phenological stages. And in case of DSR and PTR, they are not matching. If I talk of Punjab, we are recommending in case of PTR, we are recommending to complete the urea dose by 6 weeks. But in case of DSR, we are recommending it to complete by 9th week. Because the PI stage, panicle initiation stage, coincide with this duration, because this is the critical stage for urea application in case of rice. So we need to take care of this thing where this is very important. Earlier, during the early year, even our Punjab farmer, they were also facing this issue. And we have realigned this technology, and now everybody is well versed with this thing, that because for 3 or 4 weeks we are keeping our nursery, and so yes, this is the urea time, then urea dose. So urea dose is also very important. Number one, we are to add the nursery which dose which we are applying to the nursery. Number one. Number two, the nutrient dynamics under puddle transplanting and under dry direct seeding is entirely different. When we are puddling, the redox potential is different. When we are not puddling the soil, the redox potential is different. And under puddled condition, lot of nutrients they become available. But when we are not puddling the soil, there is a problem of iron. There is a problem of iron deficiency, zinc deficiency, nitrogen. All the nutrients they get deficient under unpuddled condition. So yes, these both urea, nitrogen or nutrient dose and time, they are very important for DSR, and they are different from the PTR. Thank you.
So with that note, thank you very much, Dr. Butta Singh, for agreeing on a very short notice. We asked you and requested you, and you agreed profusely. And your support has been always a support system and admirable. So we again admire your work, sir. And thank you very much for your support and cooperation. So thank you very much, Dr. Butta Singh Dhillon sir. Now over to you,
Thank you.
Abhijit ji,
Thank you.
to take.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Sagwal, for nicely coordinating this first session, and all the participants are responding very well. Now, our next theme is will be coordinated by Dr. Soumen Bera, who is working as an assistant professor in Department of Agronomy, Bidhan Chandra Krishi Vishwavidyalaya, who will coordinate the next session as the session coordinator. So now over to you, Dr. Bera, for conducting the next session.
Am I audible, Dr. Ghosal?
Yeah, you are audible.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Ghosal. Myself, Dr. Soumen Bera, coordinator of this session of today's webinar. First of all, I need to announce that we are very much privileged that next speaker is our chief patron, Dr. Pranjeeb Kumar Chakraborty. First of all, let me introduce about him. Dr. Chakraborty has served ICAR in various capacities as scientist, plant pathology, principal scientist biotechnology, and head division of crop improvement at the Central Institute of Cotton Research, Nagpur, and assistant director general plant protection and biosafety at ICAR, former member ASRB DARE. First class throughout his academic career, Dr. Chakraborty did pioneer research on molecular basis of plant pathogen interaction and signal transduction of disease resistance. He visited several countries worldwide as visiting scientist and presented number of research and policy papers related to plant protection. His key research achievements include a patent on ready-to-use PCR detection kit for detection of Xanthinomus malvacearum, a seed-borne pathogen of cotton. He has developed molecular diagnostic tools for detection of all the major pathogens of cotton. He also developed CAPS marker to differentiate Ramularia areola strains infecting diploid cotton for tetraploid cotton and a RES 18 specific RFLP marker in Xanthinomus malvacearum. He is a recipient of number of academic and professional awards and fellowships, including KPV Menon Gold Medal 2005 and 2015, MG Narasimhan Research Award, Professor E.J. Butler Memorial Award, Indian Mycological Society INSA Visiting Scientist Fellowship, DPT Overseas Fellowship. Besides, he is also an adjunct faculty of University of Florida, USA. He published 73 gene sequences in GeneBank. He is life member of several prestigious professional societies and published several research papers in national and international journals of repute. Written 18 books, book chapters, 53 conference papers. Now, on behalf of Crop and Wheat Science Society and all present, I extend a warm welcome to Dr. Pranjeeb Kumar Chakraborty sir and respectfully invite you, sir, to deliver your talk on recent advances in plant protection, conserving biodiversity. So the platform is all yours now. Sir,
Thank
are you here?
Thank you, Soumen. Am I think I have already shared the slides, no, with Dr. Abhijit. And Dr. Abhijit, are you screening them?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Our team will share this same.
Okay. Screen. Okay. Good morning, everybody. And I'm very fortunate, and I thank Dr. Abhijit and the office bearers of this Society of Wheat Sciences, Crop and Wheat Sciences, to have invited me for this particular topic. Let me do screen here.
Sir, is the screen visible to you, sir?
Yeah, the screen is visible.
Okay, sir.
So slide mode, can it be done? Abhijit?
Mr. Rohit? Mr. Rohit, can you please put it in slide mode?
It's already in slide mode, sir.
Yeah, it's okay. Yep.
To the first slide once. We can start, sir.
Just a minute.
Slides are visible to you, sir?
They are visible to me, but several screens have opened. That's why I'm just closing.
If mine, I shared your PPT, sir. You just tell me when to change the PPT. I will go to the next PPT. Just open the Zoom.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Dr. Soman, thanks for those nice introduction. I don't know how far I deserve those, but they are written. Maybe you have taken from somewhere. Yeah, this plant protection. Plant protection is one of the what Dr. Dhillon has presented. I must compliment him for his nice presentation. The paddy is perhaps the only the crop which consumes maximum amount of pesticides for plant protection in plant protection. Earlier, it used to be before BT cotton. It used to be cotton, which used to consume 50%, 60% of all pesticides taken together, which are used in agriculture as a whole. Now, paddy is the one which consumes highest amount of pesticides. So that shows that how much important are the pesticides. It's not that I am a proponent of pesticides, but the pesticides have become indispensable for management of pests, and that is what I wanted to show, that what plant protection need or means in today's agriculture in Amrit Kal, while we are seeing that we have to feed 650 means 1.44 1.6 billion people by 2050, and where the food production has to be doubled. So next slide. Can I change myself? Yes. So this is a small perspective about what agriculture means to our economy. Agriculture supports now, at our time when we used to study, we used to say 75% of the population were dependent directly on agriculture, directly or indirectly. But now that population which depends on agriculture has come down to 50%. And it's not a bad thing. In fact, it's a good development in the country that the other sectors are also taking over. That means earlier other sectors were slumped and they were not performing to that extent. But now the share or the burden of the GDP for the country is also shared by several other sectors. So in agriculture has come down to 50%. But even then, nevertheless, we are the highest, one of the highest, either second to China, we can say that we are the producers of food production and we are the food secure nation. Food grain production, again, it's a matter of pride for us, is all-time high. This time again this year, 353.9 or 354 million metric tons is the third revised and advanced estimate which has come for food grain production. Horticulture production is 368 million metric tons. Again, all-time high production, and in case of even the production and productivity also all-time high for the country. And that is a good news for the country, that we are making continuous progress by 4 to 5% of our agricultural growth is happening because of the development in agriculture. So although we say that our production is very low, productivity is very low, but if we see the total factor productivity at a point of time, that is, we will not say that our production or productivity is lowest in the world or one of the lower in the world. Our exports are also increasing. $48.15 billion is the market. Food requirement, however, now at this moment you are seeing, because whatever we say about food requirement, we tend to ignore horticultural production, because horticultural production we don't consider as a food requirement, which is a misnomer in our country, because without horticulture, the nutritional security will not be attained. But food grain production is always taken as a measure for the estimate what India need or any other country would need to support their future, to sustain their food security. So food grain production is 353 million metric tons, which needs to be 650 million metric tons when India will be harboring the highest population of the world in our country, of about 1.6 billion strong population. Food requirement at that time will be 650 million metric tons. So it is almost double. The production, now the challenge which India is facing, but nevertheless, I am very positive in the sense, because wherever the challenge is there, that I see as an opportunity. We say the challenge is that yield plateau is most of our these crops have almost plateaued. Yield has reached yield maxima, and so that is, we need to break the yield barrier. We need to somehow pass through those yield barriers, and the rising pressure, all of you know, climate change. And since I am asked to talk about plant protection, so plant pests, the scenario of pests is changing. So we have to keep in our mind that in the background, that nutritional security, we are food secure nation in the nation of the world, but we are nutritionally insecure. If we see, our hunger index is still, we are less than, sometime I take those kind of data with a pinch of salt, that our nutritional security is very poor, and we even sometime fall below that of Pakistan. Sometime it is there. And in terms of food nutritional security, so food nutritional security is the one which we need to raise. That is the goal of our Honorable Prime Minister now. Having attained food security, nutritional security has to be sustained. And now agricultural GDP, which is nearly 0.6 trillion US dollar, it is hovering around this for last many years. It has to be increased to 1 trillion US dollar by 20. That was the figure for 24-25, but then by 2030 it has to go beyond 1.5 trillion US dollars. So this is the main focus, and that is very much possible. Next. Yeah. So I have already said that every year, this is a very modest estimate which I have calculated myself. I computed that because as ADG in plant protection, I had access to all the 50 crop research institutes in the country, which was 49 in total, and I happened to approach all the directors of the individual commodity-based institutes, and to assess that the amount of losses which we are incurring in our country. So crop loss on an average, as per FAO also, it says global crop loss is 20% to 40%. So whatever farmers are making, whatever food which farmers are producing, we are losing 20%, minimum 20% of that. So if that is converted into economic basis, it comes out at today's rate of growth, with the minimum support price which is having, it amounts to about 2.25 lakh crores of losses which we are incurring every year. And you will be surprised, 2,25,000 crores is even not the budget of the union ministry or union government for 1 year, which we are losing that much amount. The entire agricultural expenditure and the budget of the budget, and this which is highest till now, is about 2 lakh, around 2 lakh 1.5, 2 lakh 15,000 crores or so in case of agriculture, and we are losing up to 2.25 lakh crores, which industry says it is more than 14 lakh crores we are losing every year. Loss, if made good, this loss, if we can make good, it can additionally save 70 million tons of food grains and 75 million tons of our horticulture produce, which is sufficient to feed at least 30 crores of people. These are the things which I'm just trying to tell, to make you feel. When the plants die, nobody make a fuss. If 100 plants dies, nobody makes a fuss. But if you see a single person dies, a human dies, so everybody will think why such kind of thing had happened, whether we could have saved it. But in case of plant, sometimes we do not care, and it goes out of our mind also. We do not consider them also. So we need support of advanced research. There are various effective molecules. In India, we still are using molecules which are 40 years old. Why? Because again, India lacks data protection. That kind of policy is not there, built up in our Insecticide Act 68. So we should have strategic IPM modules enabling policies. Policies are the one which recently I happened to make a presentation in PAU Ludhiana last month, as a president of the Indian Society of Plant Pathology. I made in my presidential talk, I said that recently there was a survey of UNFCCC countries. There are about 198 countries in that, and of which people say, the survey said that the data in the survey has been conveyed that about in India, the advanced technologies, hardly 3% of the advanced technologies are supported with enabling policies. You say drone, you have so many other disabling policies. Although drones are there, but you will not be able to use. None of the pesticides which are approved in the country are amenable to be used through drones. So policy has become a very big barrier to the advancement of new technologies. And so these things needs to be taken care. Next. So some of the challenges which will be coming, I will be discussing. Next, I'll run through those slides. Just I have nothing to present on those, because you see these are the latest, the new diseases which have emerged, which have invaded into our country, because 95% of all pathogens or pests have come to India as an invasive pest. They never used to exist in our country, but in due course of time, they entered because of the failure of quarantine, or maybe so many other issues, international trade, then frequent movement of the commercial activities and all across the border. So new diseases are coming. This is Pyracularia angulata. So it was never reported. It has come on banana. It was reported in southern part of the country. Wheat blast, which came from Bangladesh to our country in 2016. It was again then new pathotypes of say lead blight or yellow rust, and all these are keeping on coming. In North India, Bacani disease, or of rice, which used to be called as a foolish disease of rice. So so this disease has become a very common disease in case of basmati rice. It's very good that thank God that this particular disease is restricted onto this part of the country only. We do not have it in the other parts of the country. Then sheath blight has become a tremendous problem. False mud has started affecting 70 to 80%. Even this time, I think in Ludhiana, I saw there's a huge damage is being caused in the by the false mud disease, which was not an economically important disease at one time. Then these apple scab used to be a kind of a nightmare, but now apple scab is not a problem, that much problem, but new diseases have come. Then and mango decline, and then crown gall of coriander, all this. Next slide. Similarly, those were fungal. Some of the fungal, these are viral diseases. You see, day in and day out, the new viruses are coming, and for the viruses, unfortunately, we do not have anything to manage them except for the resistant varieties, which we are trying to work out. But again, we are getting defeated. Virus is winning, and vectors are able to spread them from one host to another host. Next. We'll run through these few slides. So phytoplasma has it is another disease which has emerged of late as a very huge problem, as it is adding to the nightmare along with the viral diseases. So phytoplasma, and again they are phloem limited mostly. But then again, there is no cause for cure. Only vectors are being, but it's very difficult to manage any kind of pest with their by controlling their vector. Next. Then these are bacterial disease, some of the bacterial diseases which are reddening, and some of the bacterial disease in rice, some gloom blotch, Burkhold area. This is another very important disease which has come, and it's reported in North India, and also it is now limited, but bacterial blight as usual. Then in case of ornamental plants, chrysanthemum and all, there are different other bacteria are coming, and numerous. This is bacterial disease are again problem, because whatever antibiotics used to be there, they have been now discontinued at the behest of this WHO, World Health Organization, and so because of the antimicrobial resistance, and India is the country where we are already resistant to more than 290 antibiotics, because of and these antibiotics which used to be recommended for plant management, bacterial management, are the same which are also of clinical concerns. Those were also used to treat diseases, bacterial disease of human and animals. So that's why there's a huge development of resistance. So all these tetracycline based or tetracycline based molecules are banned for use, but nevertheless, CIBRC has not disengaged those or phased out from their list, because at the moment there is no particular antibiotic available. But then few newer generation antibiotics have come, like varenicomycin, kasugamycin, and a few other plant-based antibiotics which must be used in case of bacterial disease management. Next. Nematode has emerged as number one disease. About while I was looking over the activities of AICRP nematodes, which is a 40 years old project which is going on, we have even mapped all the nematode diseases and nematodes which are existing throughout the country, and it has become an impediment for the successful cultivation of any crops, and maybe more so it is perennial crops are getting affected. And if you see recently Melodogyne Enterolobi, it's a new invasive nematode which has come. Mostly it was detected in southern part and western part of the country, and now even in West Bengal it has gone. Even in case of paddy, Melodogyne gramineae and Graminicola was already there, but these are new ones. Golden nematode potato has now spread across the country. It used to be restricted into Nilgiri Hills, but now it is everywhere in the all the 7 hill states. It has been found. That means it has spread because of the lack of domestic quarantine, serious lack of quarantine mechanism, for which Government of India needs to do many things in days to come. And free movement of coconut from southern part of the country to northern part of or eastern part of the country and all, it is causing a havoc. Even the southern part of the country has lots of, and in Maharashtra there are several nurseries which are producing new varieties of horticultural crops, and they are spreading, even they are sending it across to West Bengal and eastern most part of the country, where all of them are harboring those invasive nematodes, and nursery certification has become must, which is for that the government has initiated a clean plant program for about, I think, 2,200 crores to start with. Hopefully that that program initiates fast. Next. These are all from the time I joined ICAR in 2014 as a ADG, every year I witnessed one or the other new pests which are invasive pests which are coming to the country, and fall armyworm and all these things are the latest thing, which and of late, next. The latest is Apple leaf blotch minor, if you see, which has come in 2023, and today it has spread throughout the Kashmir. And I don't know what will happen tomorrow, whether we will be able to, if it continues to ravage in the same phase and speed, we may not be able to see any apple in next few years unless managed very effectively. And these are the other mango leaves, mango soft scale. Bengal is one of the highest producers, of course, for the country. It's a tropical fruit. So these apple mango soft scale, this has started coming from 23 end, and 24 it has come. And then cassava mealybug, it was once upon a time thought to be a looming invader, but now it is already there in our country. Next. These are the weeds, several weeds, and weeds are the highest loss causing pest in the country now. Elsewhere in the world, 67% of all pesticide goes for as a weedicide, but in India, of course, we are still, it is not, the significance of weed is not realized, but the weeds are one of the, it's the highest robber of the crop, which and even 40% reduction in crop growth occurs in every year in case of cotton production in North India, in Central Indians, and even in paddy it is there. So that DSR, when now to save water, when we are converting ourselves, or the system is the cropping system pattern is being converted into dry land, the DSR system of cotton production is being followed. This weedicides and weeds have become the major problem in case of paddy. Otherwise, it was not a very big invader of crops when the rice was planted under irrigation. But now DSR system, that is the major limitation. Weeds have become a major limitation. Next. These are few other design. Next, new pests which are looming around, which are across the country, bordering the countries, but they have not yet come to. So unless we tie our belts and our quarantine system are strengthened further, the days are not far, because they are all sitting in Sri Lanka and in our adjacent neighboring countries. They can come into our country anytime. If we tend to become careless on quarantine system. Next. So now it is not that this is always happening. See, we are losing 20%, but that does not mean I am telling that if 20% of our loss is protected, we will be able to feed the highest population of our country by 2050. We do not have to, even without having any increase in production and productivity with the same kind of production, but often it is easier said than done. However, it is not that it's not possible. Countries like Australia, New Zealand, they are so well in their quarantine system and the plant protection management system that they say that they cannot afford to lose more than 5% of their crops from pests and diseases. So why not we? Of course, we are a very big country, and we have all the agroecological conditions of the world, and so we have all kind of pests are also there. Different each state, each region of the country is like a different country, like things where we have all the agroecology which within our own country. So that's a very good thing, but at the same time, it becomes difficult to manage all kind of pests which are surviving at one part of the country or the other part. So IPM is the ultimate management practice. We say IPM, but in the name of biointensive IPM, in the name of IPM, biointensive IPM is the one which has not gone beyond 5% of the land. IPM is synonym with the biological control. Let me tell you, in our country, we still feel IPM is biological control. But biological control is one of the 6-7 components of IPM, major components of IPM. So, but biointensive IPM or biological control has not gone beyond 5% of the area. And I have seen when I was there, maybe in 2014 from in ICR, so from that time, it was about 2%. Now it has been claimed that it has gone up to 5%. But even then, the entire country's production of biocontrol agents and biopesticides are about 7,490 tons. So this is the total which is not able to even cater to the need of 1% of the arable land of the country. So what we are producing, we are doing in the work in silos. The quality has become one of the stumbling block. Nobody bothers that these are the biological agents. There has to be some kind of sanctity followed for their use under for pest and disease management. We in our country has only 900. We have exploited only 9 agents as a biological control, whether it's a biocontrol, biopesticides based on fungal, antifungal, and or insect. So about 9 species are only genus are only exploited. Whereas when we used to study mycology and all, there are at least hundreds of the fungal genera, which were employed as a biological control agent. But since we all know trichoderma, we all know these are the few things which we are exploiting. We are not going into the science to explore new biocontrol agents, and which is the one which at least Northeast, even Bengal and beyond. Bengal is a very optimum in the sense that they are using biological control as well as they are very uh, judiciously using pesticides also. But northeastern states, let me tell you, organic is not it's a panacea. It's not a panacea for any kind of thing. It's a luxury for our country. Sikkim, I can say, I may not be quoted, although I'm telling in public that Sikkim has been rendered one of the states which has gone, agriculture economy is shattered. Sikkim was the state where uh, from where the world's 75% of large cardamom used to be produced, and it used to be exported. Now, when I saw this time, and Chirki Furki disease, 2 viral diseases used to be there, which used to rattle its production. But now, when I went last year there and just had a survey, and I found that nobody knows about Chirki and Furki disease, but there are hundreds of other fungal diseases which have ravaged the entire state of those. But being because it has been declared as a organic state from 2013 onwards, so no pesticides can be used on any crop. So nobody goes or nobody dares or nobody attempts to see what is the loss which is happening. And Sikkim has already become. There is a Apidas data says that 89 ton of organic produce has been exported from Sikkim, whereas the adjoining state like West Bengal, which is not even a organic state, and it's an inorganic state, even then it has exported 4,893 tons of organic produce, while Sikkim has done 89. This was 2021 data, which was given by APIDA. I don't know the latest data. Next. So IPM, all of you who know, I don't have to go through the definition. It's a combination of cultural, biological, chemical, everything, including host resistance, exploitation. So they need to be done and they need to, if IPM has to be followed, and if biointensive, since Rachel Carson had found that the biological control is one of the ways of IPM in 60s, way back in 60s. From then onward, as I said, that but we have only given a lip services. There are 101 limitations to the development and promotion of biological control agents and biopesticide based formulations, and we are not. Nobody is ready to build the cat. How to ensure the quality? How to see whether the live spore or not? Biological control, you go to the market, you will find that for years together, the things are stacked. Nobody tries to see what are the CFU there inside, which are left, because the storage conditions are very crucial in that case. How much is the living propagule there? Live propagule of CFU of colony forming units in case of those biological control agent formulations. So they simply go on adding into the soil without any return. So it has not instilled enough confidence among the farmers and the growers that in case of invasive pest, whether the biological control will be effective or not. So we should not be injudicious. We should be very judiciously. Even northeastern states, most of the states, they are not declared organic, but they have assumed that they are organic, and they have started following only organic biological. You do wherever it is good, where you can assure your quality, where you can see that biological control are being done, and everybody does that, then it's fine in that. But even then, biological control alone is like a homeopathy. Like critical diseases, we will not be able to rely on homeopathy or allopathy or Ayurveda, where we need to also judiciously go for use of allopathy somewhere. So it's not that pesticide should not be seen as a kind of villain in crop protection. Even if you see in government, I think when fertilizer has a GST, it invites a GST of 5%, but nobody uses this pesticide for fancy purpose. It attracts 18% of GST. Why? Farmers are not wanting to use. Neither anybody wants to use unless it has become indispensable. So they have to use, but then they have to pay by paying 18% GST. Next. So simple cultural control. This is a slide which pictures which I took from Australia. I happened to visit there, and see, this is a beautiful, because if you have to follow, one have to follow. Science has to go for all the kind of management. Biological control agent. This is a kind of indicator plant. This flower, you will think that it's a ornamental kind, because I went to an orchard. Each row of apple was preceded by one very colorful rose, ornamental rose. I thought it is just to decorate their orchards they have done, but then they told these are the indicator plants they are using, and in case of Podosphaera leucotricha, or what we can call powdery mildew of apple, if it comes, it will land on this ornamental rose about 1 week before it goes to apple crop. So they are used as an indicator plant, and once they find that this has come, the year where it comes there on the ornamental rose, they start spraying their plants. So this kind of thing is the use of judicious use of cultural control. Then the training of the plant. Apple tree, again, in two direction. And with these type of training of the branches in two direction, the plants are exposed to sunlight from morning till evening. They are exposed to sunlight, and as a result, they have controlled more than 95% of apple scab without any spray, only with the training of these plants. Again, these are the collar guards where they put all the interventions, chemical interventions, through that only. So this helps in the judicious use of pesticides, and so only through that collar only they will use it. They will not indiscriminately use pesticides. Next. Biological control, we focus on kind of classical biological control. There are three kinds of this biological control. We restrict only to, we think that if we have added trichoderma, it will be biological control, or if we are metarhizium or predator and parasite. But we do not bother about conservative biological control. We do not try to make an environment in such a way that these will be surviving on their own. We'll bring them from outside and we'll release on them. But then thereafter, they will, if the atmosphere agroecology does not facilitate their survival, they will be disseminated here and there. They will not be effective. So conservative biological control is the one we also needs to work on, those kind of biological control. Next. Biostimulants is a new technology for the guidelines were first developed in 2021, and now biostimulant is the this is the most recent, one of the recent technology which is growing at the rate of 16% CAGR. Even pesticides are growing at the rate of 7 to 8% CAGR, but these biostimulants are the one, and people rarely. Of course, it's nobody's fault, but then we need to see that these microbes or these biochemicals have been divided into three parts or categorized into three categories. One is biopesticides, one is bio fertilizers, and third is biostimulants. So we need to differ and identify their differences. Biostimulants are the ones which are added or which are used for the plants to for nutrient use efficiency, for their effective growth. They are used to stimulate the defense mechanism, inherent tolerance mechanism, without being pesticidal or nutritional in nature. They are the inducer kind of microbes which are irrespective of the use of nutrition, which becomes biofertilizers, or irrespective of the use of pest management, which become biopesticides. And these are the third category, which are in between that. They are enhancer, and biostimulant are the beneficial, or which acts by inducing the innate immunity of the plants for various kind of either nutrient use efficiency or immunity or such kind of thing, without being pesticidal in nature. And these are the ones which are hot cake at the moment. Government has after 2021, when the first guideline was developed. Fortunately, also I happened to be there in the development of those guidelines also, which were gazette notified in 2021, and subsequently about 7-8 amendments have gone into it, and so these are under registration process. And you also in northeast eastern region, or the region of the West Bengal and all those other regions, they must also start taking advantage of this advanced technology, which are very effective. Next. For national and international quarantine, as I told, we are failing. We lack paraphernalia to impose the international quarantine, which are necessary for prevention of movement of infected plant materials, and lack of adequate facilities, trained staff, stations to ensure border. Because unless international and domestic borders, they are kind of sealed for movement of plants. Because like I will give you an example. Cotton is grown in all the three parts of the three regions of the country, namely northern part, central part, and southern part. But cotton leaf curl virus, as you all know, it was restricted, it is still restricted only to the northern part of the country, while central part and southern part remains free. Whereas downy mildew, some certain, not downy mildew, grey mildew and some other kind of diseases are restricted into central and southern part, not present in northern India. This is a miracle, because I don't think it is due to this. We lack domestic quarantine. We know everybody, all of us, but they are somehow naturally becoming some quarantine things, because the viruses are not surviving, or maybe the vectors or the stains of vectors of whitefly which are there in northern India, they are different from those in central, and they might not be capable of taking those viruses into southern and central part of the country. So, but then we are at the mercy of God there. We are. It is not that our quarantine is doing something to prevent the movement of the cross-border movement of the pest and pathogen. Next. Use of diagnostics, every lab, every institute, every university will have diagnostics, but they have become merely a fancy thing. This is the red one is my patent which I had developed. This is very useful to detect the presence of African strains of cotton in the seeds of cotton. African strains of Xanthomonas malvacearum, it does not exist in the country, but it is rampantly present in US and Africa, with which we very frequently exchange our varieties and other things. So, but then they are all have become fancy. Nobody wants to use them. Nobody, they will, despite making that, even quarantine centers will be reluctant to use, because everybody wants a very fast track movement of germplasm and all those things. So these things must be made mandatory for their use. Next. Electronic nose. Electronic, now the electronic noses or e-noses are the devices which senses the biochemicals, or they are also the what we call that organic what is that volatile organic compounds. Every pathogen or pest, or whenever they invade into the plant or host, they will emit a volatile organic compound which is specific to different pests and hosts. So whenever they bite, they will emit those kind of signals, and that can be captured through sensor and converted into electronic node, and it will tell that such and such pest is there. There are, and it is this kind of electronic noses are being used in other countries. In China, it is used day in and day out. They have for each diseases, each pest, they have sensor based electronic noses which are there. But we have only heard, many of you might have heard that electronic noses are there, something which can be used as a diagnostic. These kind of things, we should intensify our research on these areas. Next. So these are how this volatile organic compounds are emanated, and then these can be detected with electronic noses. Next. So this is the same which because overall what I am telling is, then smart bioformulation. Now nobody looks after, now people are not bothered about your biological control agent. They are not only voluminous, they are not only able to be managed with difficulty, but then what are the biochemical agents, or what are the, if some biocontrol agents are there, what are the active principles which they produce, which are of use. So those genes that are being present inside those biological control agents, they have to be characterized, and only those genes needs to be expressed in your petri dishes or in your culture flask. Nobody bothers to produce those in a larger volume because it's very difficult to manage. So we need to make our formulations smart and biosmart. So those kind of you go for characterization of principal determinants of biocontrol agent. and then reach up to those kind of genes, express them, and make them into artificial in artificially and in their culture media, and use them. They are also called cell-free culture filtrates. After Corona, Government of India has also stopped import of any kind of microbial powder, but those kind of cell-free culture filtrates can be brought and or shipped to any parts of the world and country. Next. And it's not that it's not made, it's already existing. Another very important part is responsible use of pesticides. So how many of our farmers might be using the SOPs which are included in each of the pesticide? So, but nobody cares, because the first thing is the wrapper is thrown out, only the bottle is taken out and sprayed with their own help, and 101 problems are there. Sometimes if these pesticides also depends upon the water pH of the water which is used to make the solutions. Sometimes if it is pH is high, then the same pesticide will not be effective. It has been found that phenazoquin, one of the weedicide which was used when I happened to experience that, when it was used in the Gangetic plains in West Bengal and all, it was very effectively controlling, managing the weedicide, weeds. But then the same weedicide, when used in Karnal, Hisar region, they were rendered useless there, ineffective, because of the alkaline hydrolysis which has gone, because we were taken aback that the same pesticide, same lot was very effective there. The same lot was not effective in Karnal. Why? Because of the alkalinity, because the soil, the water which was used for making the tank mix solutions and all, they were highly alkaline, and that is alkaline. That has they go alkaline hydrolysis, and then that is rendered, this weedicide was rendered useless for that. So those kind of things are. And also, if you see whatever we use with the knapsacks, where hardly 90% of the, I think I have to go fast here. Hardly 5% of our pesticide which we use solutions, it goes to the target area, 95. So we must see for the pesticide application technology, they should be very precise, avoid repeated use of the same group of, see, this is how even smaller, not very good, because there's a spurious industries are also existing, pesticides are all these, if you see the blue color bottle, they are, what is that? They are hexaconazole, made by different industries. Huh? Made by different industries, by different trade name. But this blue color shows that they try to imitate, and they try to imitate their brands, and farmers, they don't know. They think that they have used Contaf. Next time they find hexazole is another one, but they unmindful of that. Chemically they are same. But instead of that, we have proposed to Government of India that FRAG group or IRAC group, means Fungicide Registration Action Committee number or mode of action number should be there. All of these blue color will be same FRAG group. If it belongs to 3A, all of them will be having 3A. And one has to, this is not for you, but this is just for your information. I have told that we have recommended to the government that all of these bottles should be marked with boldly as with the 3A, which is the mode of action group. So on the right side, all the orange are pesticide, insecticide, imamectin, benzoate, but they are different trade named, same chemical, same action committee mode or same mode of action. So if that is there, at least farmers will be able to determine that if he has used number 3A, he will not repeat with 3A in the same season. Next, and this is for you also to tell that these are the way we have to go forward. I will rush through these again. Of late, we have the latest is RNAi, now genome editing technology we have come. From 2020, it has come, and now we have, it is a matter of pride that IRI has released 2 varieties for the first time for certain abiotic stress tolerance and high yielding varieties. So they are NGOs are against after that, but I am very proud. I am a ICRite, so that's why I think ICR has defended that, like all other GM crop where we failed miserably to NGOs. At least we have stood by this particular technology, genome edited rice varieties, and ICR has stood against those NGOs and given a befitting response to the court that this is a very effective technology and we have to go forward. So these kind of technologies should come more and more and more and more. They will be able to revolutionize our agriculture with a quantum jump in the yield and production productivity. Next. Marker assisted breeding, Dr. Dhillo has said, he must have told because I had to miss a part of the talk. And many crops, they know that there are markers have been developed for the traits which are of economically important traits, and they have been marker assisted breeding with the speed breeding and all. We have several varieties now, like blast resistance has been introduced into across all the varieties which are prominently grown in the country. Next. So GM crop, again, we are miserably failing here. Why India is one of the countries, only BT cotton is the one technology which also has not been developed by India, but it's a very effective technology which is worldwide. And it was made by Monsanto in 1986, but India is the only country which revolutionized this cotton. Because of that technology, cotton became cotton was infamous for use of pesticides. Because of that technology only, now rice has attained first position for use of highest amount of pesticides in the country compared to cotton. And this particular, after that, which had to be introduced in the country by compulsion at one time in the it was 86, and then 202 it was introduced into the country, and from then onward 98% of our cotton was under BT cotton. After that, particularly, let me tell you, NGOs and those who are having a fear of unknown, they have not let any other GM crop. Sometimes I'm very surprised why Government of India allows to develop or funds such kind of project where GM crops are being allowed to be made. If they are allowed to be made, why we are not allowed to go for commercialization? So there again, this young generation has to take a call, and we have to, as I said initially, that policy is one of the biggest drain on the advancement of the latest technology which we are developing. Next. 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 Can you go previous one? Previous one. Here I wanted to show that 861 events of the different GM crop have been. We have only one event in the country. Unfortunately, India has only one crop approved, GM mustard, which was approved by Government of India long time, about 3 years back. It has not been allowed, only at the behest of NGOs who said that it may be bad, although it has undergone 10 years of biosafety studies simply for fear of unknown again. BT brinjal, based on our 9 years rigorous trial and biosafety, Bangladesh has used our technology, but we have not been allowed to use. So this is kind of a very disappointing thing. Advanced technologies are should not be curtailed for its promotion. Next. 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 I will just rush through this. Next. So next. Now challenges, some of the challenges why adoption is not happening. First one is, I see academic knowledge hardly prepares students to tackle pest problem in the control in the field. See, when we are doing our MSc PhD, when they come to the field, they will, whatever they have learned, they are totally disconnected with the policy suppose you have found that certain weedicide or certain pesticide has been found very effective, but then when you come out, if you recommend them, the policy will not allow you to use that pesticide into the crop, on the crop. Although it is there available in the country, it has to be having a label on that particular crop on which you have to use. So those kind of farmers are unaware about the advanced and novel technologies. Hardly 42% of the farmers in our country are aware. We have now 6.5 lakh villages, 14 crore farm families, and hardly 42% of the farmers are aware of the advanced technology. That certain technologies, mostly in northern part of the country, Punjab, Haryana, Rajasthan, and all these countries, all these parts of the country, farmers in these regions, they are very much aware of that certain technologies exist and they have to be used. But remaining, it is extension workers are unable to transfer the knowledge from lab to land. This is again the failure of extension. KVKs, I know many scientists are there. KVK is giving excellent services, but then they need to have some kind of awareness training regarding the policy perspectives. And I would have liked to tell many things here, but then again, the time will be a problem here if I go ahead. Next. See, okay. 25 to 30% of agrochemicals in our country are spurious. And again, government has a lack of sufficient staff to monitor the quality of pesticide used in agriculture. So these are the other things which we have to make foolproof. Lackadaisical approach sometime happens in because it is becoming unmanageable. How there are about initially 7,000 manufacturers. Now they have been reduced to 2,000 manufacturers because there were 7,000 were the spurious manufacturers. From 9,000, it has been brought down to 2,000 after a lot of persuasion, lot of representation with the government of India. And out of these hardly 300 companies are real companies, and rest of them are fly-by-night operators. So someone has to take care of that. 30% of all our agrochemicals which are used in the country are spurious. So you have to be extension workers, KVKs. We have to educate the farmers that how to see the originality of the pesticide with the QR code and all those things. Because otherwise, if a dealer, if you go, he will give you some pesticide which is 100 rupees. Another branded one will be 500 rupees. 500 rupees will again attract another 18% GST because they are original, whereas 200 rupees worth of the same chemical given by another farmers, gullible farmers, they take that because they do not, and they are not given any original receipt and all, but the other one costs more, so farmer will go by that. So this kind of things are happening. As a result, we are continuing to lose our the farmers are losing their income, and the pests are becoming more resistant and other things. They are not doing the job for which it is being used. So we have to have a system where some of the states, they have very strong sampling process, and such kind of stringent steps are being promoted to nab those spurious pesticide manufacturers. Next. 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 So public-private partnership has become a need of the hour. Public-private partnership has become one of the prominent thing which Government of India has started supporting. That public partnership, private partnership has to happen. Agriculture has four important major stakeholders. One is academia, then researchers, industries, and policy making. So industry is one of the important stakeholders, and but the thing is, government restricts to lip services. They will say, okay, we will have that, but then in true sense, public-private partnership has to come. and it has become a choice rather than by chance we have to have a public. Um, I have seen many companies now have signed MOU with KVKs, Ataris, and we are going there, engaging with the KVKs, Ataris under MOU with the ICR, these kind of industries. And they are proposing their good technologies there. But somehow they present there ultimately ICR have many of its own technology to be advanced, so it sometimes does not find time to spread these technologies. Let me tell you one thing very clear in KVK scientists: 52% of all technologies or plant protection or agricultural technology as such comes from industries, whereas 48% of technologies are from public sectors like ICR, SAUs, and all, State Department of Agriculture and all. So we 50,000 scientists in KVKs, SAUs, 113 ICR institutes, 77 SAUs. We are spreading these technologies to 42% of the farmers. Rest of the 48% of the farmers and 52% of the industrial technologies, industries technologies pertaining to good solutions for agricultural development, they remain confined to the industry only. They are not. So why not an effective PPP mode can be taken, whereas public-private partnership in win-win situation, those all 100% of the 48% of our public sector, 52% of the government private industry technology together makes 100% of technology are spread to 100% of the farmers throughout the length and border of the countries, all the farmers. So if it is done, then our production and productivity India will no doubt, it is already reaching the supremacy in terms of agriculture. Then there is no doubt that it will not be beaten by any other countries like China and all. So it will definitely the Honorable Prime Minister's dream of becoming among the top economies of the world will be realized very soon. Next. Achha, this is another important. Can you go? I think only one or two slides are left. Let me tell this thing. We have 339 pesticides, including biopesticides, which are approved in the country, but hardly 15% of the crops, and we have 554 crops grown in the country. 554 crops. Each of the crop are very important, but some of them are minor crops, except for 6-7 major high volume, low value crop like wheat, rice, and all these things which we produce in a large bulk. The other crops, 85% of the crops are low volume or minor crops. We can, in terms of, not in terms of importance, but in terms of their area under cultivation or acreage. So hardly 15% of the crops are under registered use of pesticides in our country. Rest 85% of the crops are surviving on off-label use of pesticide. So crop grouping is must, because otherwise, if India becomes supreme also, it is exporting most of the crops also to the world, we will be falling because of the behind by SPS, TBT issues, sanitary and phytosanitary issues, because of the presence of pesticide residues of unlabeled chemical or off-label chemical. And so we need to be brought that under this. So recently, for last 10 years, this was my major work, whereby I happened to be successful in grouping all these crops. Of course, my predecessors, Dr. Rajendran, Dr. K.K. Sharma, and the present AI coordinator of AINP program, All India Network Project on Pesticide Residue, Dr. Vandana. We have engaged with Codex committees on contaminants of pesticide residue in China, world, with the FAO, WHO, and we have been able to group all our 554 crops into 29 groups. With this, what will happen is that each crop will have a group, and if we register a pesticide on group, on the representative of a group, and representative has to be very vulnerable one, So, and it can be expanded, it can be extrapolated over all the other members. So that way 554 crops will have registration, with registration taken only on 29 crops representing these 554 crops. So we are going ahead with that. We have already submitted that, and the report is submitted to Food Safety Standards Authority of India. Of course, they are sitting over it for last 1 year almost. So the moment it goes, there will be a very happy news about India's progress, where we can unhindered, we will be able to export our commodities, agricultural commodities across the world. Next. So now this is the last strategic mobilization of resources needs to be happening for a vibrant agriculture during Amrit Kal. So what do we need? A stand in need of advanced technology in agriculture, need for effective dissemination, technology available under development, public sector. As I said, 48% of the technology belong to sorry, this is it's public sector, and 58 belongs to 52% belong to private sector. Number of farmers or farm families are 14 crores. Number of villages 6.5. Awareness among farmers 42%. And extension system in public sector contribute to spread of agricultural technology to only 48% of the technologies are being spread. So we need to leverage the resources in public sector. Private sector will help spread 100% of this technology among the 14 crore farm families. Next. So KVKs have a very long and tough job, very pious job of spreading the technologies very effectively. And because each of the slide would have required about 1 hour at least, because so I had to go and touch each of those points where the policy issues are there, where the advancement is happening. But then behind each advancement, there is a policy imbroglio, policy paralysis, policy shortcomings are there, so which we need to break. And with that, India will surely attain supremacy in plant protection and ultimately plant production. Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you very much, sir, for your enlightening and insightful lecture. We are very much privileged to have you, sir. Now, this time is for question answer session. So,
any question?
Yes,
most welcome.
Any question? Please drop your questions or queries in chat box, or you can unmute yourself and ask, sir. Anyone, please.
I think there are many plant protection scientists might be there, young scientists, young students. I don't know whether they are there. So some or the other areas in plant protection, if anybody has any kind of query or any kind of doubt, you should come forward. These are the things, avenues, or these are the time when we should be open. Somebody has raised hand, or I don't know whether.
Dr. Ghoshal, Dr. Ghoshal.
Sir, it is nice to hear you, sir. So I have the specific two issues. I take this opportunity to ask these two issues.
Sure.
As you are in several committees in government level, so what is the policies regarding the counterfeiting of these pesticides in recent days, as these things are the major concern in nowadays? And another one is what is the major prospects in BT crops, particularly in case of managing the space, more specifically nowadays in case of the brinjals and all those things, even in tomatoes also. So what do you think, is there any prospect to introduce the BTs in India in recent in few years, in coming few years?
Thank you, Abhijit. It's a very important thing which you have asked, which is very pertinent questions regarding the spurious pesticides. As I said, there used to be 9,000 companies who were manufacturing, and they had somehow taken registration fictitiously, because 9,000 there, if there are 300 companies and only 300 molecules, including biopesticides, how can there be 9,000 manufacturers? So there are some, but then they were existing on papers only. So with great difficulty, because it's a very big racket is also there. No, only brand names, brand names like Bayer, Syngenta, Dhanuka, UPL. These are some of the very good companies, and you can count them on your fingers. Maybe you can not go beyond 20 if you count. But then we know there are about 250 to 300 companies who have given all their KYCs. Means what is their turnover, what is their production, because that is the way they are audited, whether they are original companies or they are fly-by-night operators. Some fly-by-night operators, we say those companies. Suppose if government, like in case of Punjab, loose smut, flag smut, bunt. These three diseases of wheat were very important, and government made a policy that it has to be seed treatment has to be done, because they are all seed-borne disease. So government also told farmers that there will be subsidy, 100% subsidy for seed treatment, whatever pesticides are required. So let them buy, and that will be borne by Government of India. So what happened is, there are 40 companies which manufacture that particular one company. I will not name the name, and because there was a CBI case on that. So there was a pesticide, and 41 company, because if the entire seed has to be treated, there will be about tons of those pesticides are required. But suppose there are 10 tons are required, and one company has a capacity to make 1 ton. So remaining 10 tons are given by other many companies, and tender is floated that they need 10 tons. So how they will do, they will get from other companies also. Some of them will be fly by night operator, they will make some kind of thing, they will mix and they will give. So but then in that is the problem, those kind of, the government has to treat, companies are not there capable of doing, but they will show that they are done. But so these kind of things, there are several ways counterfeiting. Suppose I'm making I'm a fictitious manufacturer, you are an original manufacturer. On your trade named bottle, I will put some powder, some chalk powder, but I will take the seal in such a way that it looks original, and I feel so misbranded, so there are several ways that counterfeiting is done. So government in they imposed, definitely Insecticide Act has a very stringent action that they have to be caught, they have to be day in and day out in Punjab and all these areas. Government are they are inspecting, they are intercepting and catching them. But the problem is, in our country, you all are government officers. I am also a government servant. I had been a government servant. It means it becomes difficult to even tell. I will, because they should be booked under criminal offense, their punishment. But what they do, those fictitious people, because the original manufacturers will not be able to give you any money. But they say, no, my thing is a very good manufacturing, the quality product. How can I? But the one which is giving a chalk powder for maybe 1 lakh rupees, say just I'm hypothetically telling. So he has an ample of margin. He will go and pay to the person, and what they will, instead of booking them into criminal code, they will be booking under IPC simply, means where after filing FIR, you pay 10,000 rupees, they will be caught and they will be released. They will go ahead. So such kind of things are becoming very difficult. And also, if you say government will not be able to see each and every lot of the manufacturer, there are 300 companies supplying to the whole country. There are hardly, if 1,000 persons are required, inspectors are required, they have not more than maybe 50, 60. So it is impossible. So rampant, what they are doing randomly. And many of the cases, many of the times they go and intercept only because as per the Insecticide Act, any manufacturer who have registered himself, his installation has to be checked at least twice a year. They will suddenly, abruptly, they will intercept some kind of pesticide to see whether they are authentic or not. What they do to meet the requirement, in many times they will go only 98% of those interception happens with the good companies, where they will be finding all are good. Everything is going good in our country. So, because they know the other company, another who has manufactured is not a branded one. So he will to show that we have everything is going, but to eat money, they might go there to those people. I'm not taking your sample because your sample. So such kind of things are happening. But many of the state governments, like Rajasthan, they have developed a very good very randomized kind of sampling process where they go intercept and there are some ministers of Rajasthan recently have been they have been honored by many companies, industries, because there are good companies who want that kind of interception should happen, because 30% of pesticides are worth 20,000 crores of this. So who owns them? Because biosafety issues will be there, farmers' income will be reduced, pests will not be controlled. So these things are being now strengthened. From 9,000 now it is 2,000 companies have been retained. Out of 2,000, they have been given time that you furnish your everything by this time, this time. Every time they will be asking for some more extension period. So this is going, but 9,000 to 2,000 it has come, then it has to come down to 300. So that will be going, and the process, I think we are going ahead in that. So I will not be able to tell you specifically how to manage, because it is government has to have more stringent and stringent punishment on those. So this is one. Second is you asked for GM crop. Definitely GM crop. I am chairman of one of the committees on post release monitoring committee of GM mustard, male sterile inducing mustard, where hybrids can be made very easily. And similarly, I had been a part of BT cotton development, because I was in Cotton Research Institute for 26 years. And then BT brinjal, I story the entire thing is known. This is again due to extreme level of democratic and democracy in the government. And again, it's a political reasons that government knows these GM crops are very effective. Whole world is using. I'm not telling that every crop has to be made GM. It is those where, see, why cotton was allowed, because 50% of all pesticide was consumed by cotton only. So there it was must, and no tolerance to BT had been there. This bollworm, American bollworm, when no tolerance in 10,000 germplasm was there, no nothing was able to be found. So that's why government allowed there. So at least those where it is required, it is must, it should be done. But simply for fancy, we should not do. You see how hypocritic we are. We are importing oil worth of 1,75,000 crores to meet the domestic requirement. We produce in our country, we are oil secure, only that is the security is not there. That we meet 40% of the requirement, 60% is met by importing these oils. And 80% of the oil which we are importing are GM oil. GM canola or mustard, GM this thing, but the same GM is not allowed by the country, Supreme Court, NGOs, but 100% cotton seed oil we are eating. India has the largest area in the world, 120 lakh hectare of land is there under cotton, and the 100% of cotton is BT oil. So we are eating BT oil. BT oil is of cotton is very heart friendly oil. Only thing why it is not sold on the shelf, because it is very expensive. 2,000 rupees a liter it will be sold. It is a very heart friendly, and there are certain gossipol terpenoids. Their extraction from the oil is difficult, so that's why it is very expensive. So that is mixed with the vegetable oil in small quantities. So 100% is GM oil. So we will not be allowed to eat our uh, we will not be allowed to eat our this thing BT brinjal, but we are ready. Brinjal on an average needs 65 to 70 sprays of pesticide. We are ready to eat that thing, but not a small gene which is plugged inside the plant, which BT BT gene, which science does not allow, because it works only, it is a protoxin which becomes toxic when it enters into an alkaline gut. Human gut is a gastric, is a acidic gut. It does not open up. Whereas in insect gut, it is alkaline, so it opens up and kills that. At the same time, BT, wherever we are putting in brinjal, we do not eat that as a raw. The moment it gets heated up, it is thermolabile. Nothing, no trace of BT remains there. So we are ready to eat 60 sprays of pesticide on that for fruit and shoot borer, but not one gene for which the protein is also not opening up in the body system. And 9 years of biosafety tests have been done in our country. So it has never shown any kind of thing. And our data under MATS agreement, that is, there is a WHO rule is there that any data, toxicological data or any kind of data, if it is conducted under GLP lab condition, good laboratory practices condition, that will be extendable anywhere in the world. MATS agreement is mutual agreement of data sharing. Under that agreement, to which we are signatory, like Bangladesh is a signatory, they took our test to show that it is safe, and they have released in their variety. And 100% I can guarantee, if you take a brinjal which is coming from the Bangladesh side into our Madhumgram side and all, if you see, they will be having a BT gene, BT protein. So on the other side, we are eating this way, but we say no, will not even allow us a pin to pass in front of us, but an elephant can pass behind you. So those kind of, these are hypocrisy. This is fear of unknown. These are NGOs are totally against that. If we take all these, if we don't import oil, they think if India makes a GM oil and fulfills its own requirement, who will eat their 60% of oil, 1,75,000 crores, who will pay to them to import their oil? But we are eating them. Nobody is stopping those. NGOs are not stopping. No, you don't. All vaccines are recombinant vaccines. They are made from in the sheep or inside the pig or inside any animal. We are taking those vaccines or some kind of thing which are required for you. No one questions. But these are not there. So these are, but young generation has to come up. They have to fight. Another one big problem, Abhijit, with us is we never rebut any. Today in the news it will come, in India the food is served on a platter. A pesticide is served on a food platter. This kind of alarming title will be coming. Nobody will stand up. No lab, no scientists who are working to prove that do not have any pesticides on that, they will not come and in the public to tell no, it's not there. So you can think, no, somewhere we have to raise our voice, and that too based on science. Biostimulants have been approved by Government of India. Recently, some people went there and they said, sir, out of 26 biostimulants, protein hydrolysate based biostimulant, 11 are made from animal. So during this Dashera period, you are making plant to be non-vegetarian, you're spraying those biostimulant. So you should, government immediately ban those 11. Within a week, within a month, they banned animal origin biostimulant. Whereas if I wrote a very big, my objection to that, telling that animal bone, bone meal, bone powder, they are approved under fertilizer control order for use as an organic fertilizer. And you are telling this is also, we are not feeding by mouth to somebody. We are adding either soil or on the spraying on the plant. And so it is happening, whatever is happening. Protein hydrolysate ultimately works with as amino acid. Amino acid, whether of animal origin or plant origin, there is no difference. So where does it matter? So these are the things we must, if we are educated, we must raise our voice scientifically. It's not just on the religious or ethical basis or something. No, why plants have to be made non-vegetarian? Then all the bones, humic acid, humus, animal carcass, it goes into the soil, and that serves as a very good biostimulant. Humus is a biostimulant. So they are made from human, they are converted into humus, animal body or whatever after death. So where the question comes, it is of animal origin. Yeah.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you.
Thank you
You're
very much, sir. Thank you.
We have Mukesh Mohan. He has raised his hand. Dr. Mukesh, please unmute yourself and ask question to sir.
Okay.
Mr. Mukesh.
Yeah, I'm audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Okay, thank you. So actually, I had written questions, but thank you, Dr. Pranjeep. He has answered all those questions about herbicide, BT, GM. I was about to ask. So one question he was mentioning about Rajasthan, and I come from Rajasthan. So Rajasthan has a huge subsidy business in case of seed. They provide a lot of subsidy. And these FPOs backed by CBBOs as cluster-based business organization, they are the supplier of the seed, and most of them are the spurious seed like F2 seed back from market, and then they are supplied to the farmers, and then that goes into that actually does not go to the farmer, and once they take up the scheme, uh, mop up the money, and once the crop is over, I'm talking about the corn crop, and then ultimately after the crop is over, then this agriculture department, what agriculture minister you were talking about, who has got some award, they will go and verify, yes, this farmer has planted the crop and they had got a very good or they don't have any problem, and then that money goes released to this FPO. You may be asking why from where I got this news, because I just started my one of my organization as production of hybrid seed production for these companies. So when working out with this, I came to know that they are getting a seed as much as at the rate of 50 rupees kg, whereas hybrid seed, they are saying that they are getting a 50 rupees kg seed, which is not at all possible. Minimum you have to have 125 rupees a kg. That would be the cost. So then I
Yeah.
understood this particular nexus. So what government can do, I don't know. You are in a very senior position, and I am just bringing it to the notice of everyone. So it's not
Yeah.
all.
Thank you. Yeah. So, Dr. Mukesh, it's a very important and pertinent question again. Government of India is now again this working upon the seed bill. See, bills, when these seed bills are introduced. Similarly, pesticide management bill, insecticide act was made in 1968, and since then it is being amended, but then now in complete new form, it is now approved. It is being approved as a standing on the in the parliament as a pesticide management bill. And now seed bill is also there. I think this will be coming under this year hearing in the whatever parliament session when it comes. So in that, all these provisions have been made that such kind of things. But the thing is, our own ethics have to allow. There will be there will be law for every bad against to work against every bad things. No, but then whether we are implementing them, if we are catching them just to catch and release them, that is not the way. Unless we nab them under appropriate IPCs and all those things, so it will not be going to make any kind of difference. Bills. So this is the way, and various governments are making one or the other efforts to how to catch them. Similarly, you have rightly told that no F2 seeds at one time, when BT cotton has to be grown, in case of hybrid, there has to be a refugia, because for every technology, you cannot go on building a selection pressure. Like when BT cotton was made, uh, day in and day out, we are using them, and the same pest is there against which it goes for resistance. Slowly and slowly, because of the continuous selection pressure, they start developing resistance. So there are certain kind of requirements which are built in this technology, that 5% of the area, or maybe 5 to 20% of the area, has to be non-BT also of the same hybrid version has to be grown when BT is grown, so that insects should be allowed to breed on those which are susceptible, and they should not be allowed to breed on purely BT cotton, where those kind of crystal toxin are being produced. So, but then who bothers? Farmers will throw away first that packet which was there, which used to be there inside. So what has happened is now F2 seeds, when they segregate for the gene or the trait, they serve as a kind of, to some extent, they think they will be serving as a refugia. But now people have made a policy to use F2, F3, F4, means whatever is there, and because nobody can judge that. So that has to be there. There is no deterrent unless one or two persons should be put under criminal offense in those things. And when such kind of fear and fight that comes in the mind, then only certain kind of we in India are extremely democratic. So I'm not able to tell you the proper way how we can do, because unless our conscience becomes clear, how we can stop that thing, those things. So many times I tell to government that why do you make certain rules which are flouted? Like in case of biostimulant, now what has happened is biostimulant, they said it has to be biostimulants are neither pesticides nor a nutritional source of nutrition. They are only inducers of biochemical mechanism to stimulate the inherent immune system. Like in case of when we used to be suffering from corona and all, so at that time some Giloy and all those things, they were biostimulants for us. We don't know whether what does it do, but it used to charge our immunity system or immune defense system. So in that case, what government has done is, suppose I'm releasing a biostimulant which will increase the nutrient use efficiency for this brinjal, in case of for use in brinjal. Governments will say, and that needs a plenty amount of money to register it on brinjal, for use on brinjal. Once it has to be tested for bioefficacy, it has to be tested for toxicology and all those things. It has to be tested, and then it will be given as a technology with a label claim for use on brinjal only. Now, another person finds it to be useful, the same thing useful for nutrient use efficiency of another solanaceous crop seed, but he has to register again for that, again develop toxicology, again develop bioefficacy, and again pay maybe some 10 lakhs, 15 lakhs for that, for registering the same biostimulant again on that particular another crop. So I said, when this is a physiological phenomenon, biochemical phenomenon, farmers are not foolish. farmers are very wise, they are very careful, they are sometimes more intelligent than us. They will buy once, next time they will, but they will, many of these things. That's why I'm telling 15 or hardly 15% of our pesticide use is registered use, 85% are because label claim is required for all the 85% crop, other crops, otherwise it will be considered as off-label use of pesticide. For pesticide, it is okay because sometimes one pesticide, if it is effective in controlling on say pumpkin, the same pesticide is also effective on cucumber. So MRL on pumpkin will be different, and of the same pesticide, MRL on cucumber will be different because cucumber can be eaten raw. There MRL has to be very stringent. But in this case, in case of biostimulant, where no pesticidal action is there, why government has told that for brinjal also you have to do, for potato also you have to do the same biostimulant, you have to register separately. So definitely they will be flouted. If farmers find that it's a poison also, but it gives a very good result for him, he doesn't care about toxicology. He doesn't care. For him, a potential technology is needed. So such kind of rules they are making, but those will not be able to be again intercepted. Nobody go and catch that. Nobody can stop the hands of farmers because in the Insecticide Act book of 1968, it is written that no punitive action for any wrongdoing on the part of farmers can be entertained. And let me tell you another thing, like in Maharashtra, some large number of farmers died once when they were using a cocktail of pesticide because nobody say, neither Insecticide Act says that you mix 5 or 6 for pesticide and spray for once for all kind of problems together. There are based on the compatibility only they allow that this can be mixed with it. Now, where is the fault of either government or the industry who has manufactured that? He has not told the farmer you mix all the 5, and so these landlords who hire them, they will say okay पांचों को मिलाओ और एक साथ स्प्रे कर दो, एक बोलवर्म को कंट्रोल करेगा, एक फ्रूट फ्लाई को कंट्रोल करेगा, एक व्हाइट फ्लाई को, एक तो पांचों को mix करो. And they died on their own because of the fumigation kind of thing which generated because of incompatibility and all. And but who are caught? Those companies whose wrappers were found on these in the fields, or whose pesticide residue were there in the field. But the industry says, did I tell that farmer to mix all those 5? Did Insecticide Act allow that they can be mixed and applied? So farmers, whatever he does, he cannot be no, nothing can be taken, no action can be taken. So there are many flaws on this. So these are the few things because these are I can tell on this line. Maybe, but on the other technologies which we have, maybe biostimulant technology, or maybe crop grouping, or maybe genome editing, because I am a biotechnologist as well, or GM crop, I can tell other things which are science based. But these are also based on science, but then again we cannot hold them because if government needs 1000 here in Gurgaon, the other day I was somebody was caught, and the police, he asked me, sir, I am caught, you please. So when I went there, I spoke to the police person. I said, um, this man never does knowingly anything wrong, so you please leave them. He says, and I said, while you caught him, the passerby was also having that kind of fault. Didn't catch. He says, sir, in this Gurgaon area only, we need 1000 police. We have 10 police. Now, how can we manage everything? So there are those kind of things which are coming. So for these ethical kind of things should also have to be coming inside the person who are managing these things. But then we have to be cautious ourselves. But I don't know what else I can tell about these things. No? We also flout some rules now. In North India, we have that what is grab 4 and all these things. So uh, all kind of some kind of vehicles are not allowed. But we knowingly it is not allowed, we will go. Sometimes we get caught. Sometimes we can pass by. So those things are happening, no? But government must have a responsibility that they should keep an alternative plan in place so that everybody should be able to. A poor person, if he does not have a very modern kind of vehicle and all, for him, they will say, we have made metro, we have made this thing, that thing, they can go by that. Government has to answer replies to everything, but we need to have some kind of understanding. But of course, when Rajasthan could tackle such issues of pesticide, spurious pesticide, so why not other states should also emulate their functions? And that will be coming only when we show our awareness. When our scientists show our awareness, sir, there is a pesticide. But if we keep continuing, we keep mum. There was once upon a time last year, this year only in January, our MDH masala was rejected by Hong Kong, telling that there's a lot of ethyl oxide, ETO, in that, which is used as a fumigant. Then immediately FSI they banned. Seeing them, Singapore also banned. Seeing them, Nepal also banned. But ultimately, at that time, some of the scientists like Dr. Kaushik Banerjee, Kaushik Banerjee, I myself, we wrote an article on that. Very science rules out that ETO cannot be there because ETO it is a fumigant. Once masalas are made, MDH masala, Everest masala, so they are fumigated once with the ethyl oxide, ETO, because many countries want it to be sterilized with that method. And just there was a unfair practice and they stopped that. And when FSI went there, we said that we published a paper telling that ETO cannot be there because its boiling point is 10 degrees centigrade. The moment it goes, it gets evaporated, and any powder which was kept, it gets evaporated and it goes away. It fumigates the eggs of insect or stored grain pest or whatever, and it goes away, does its job and goes out of the atmosphere, dissipates. So it cannot be there. So FSSAI withdrew 500 samples of the same lot. None of them had some kind of thing. So, but how many of our scientists they stood against that? They all 80% of people will say, "अरे हमारे मसाले में तो वो है poison था, उन्होंने reject कर
Pardon
दिया."
me, sir. We are running behind the schedule, sir. Excuse me.
I know, definitely. I don't know whether I could satisfy the query of those who asked me questions, because we need to develop, we need to evolve, and we are evolving. Thank you.
We all have plenty of questions to our sir. We can reach to sir via his mail. I would like to request our webinar convener, Dr. Avijit Ghoshal, to share his mail with our esteemed colleagues.
In fact,
So-
I would like that if Dr. Abhijit can, from his email, if he can compile maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, up to 100 questions, or whatever number of questions, I will write answers to them, whatever my replies, and will send back to him.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Thank you very much, sir, for your insights on the topic. We are very much enriched, and we'd like to have you in our future program as well, sir. Thank you very much. Now, over to our webinar convener, Dr. Abhijit Ghoshal, for next activities of the webinar. Thank you, Dr. Ghoshal.
Sir, thank you, Dr. Bera, for nicely coordinating this session, and I am also thankful to Dr. P.K. Chakraborty, sir. So as we are running late of near about more than 40 minutes, so I would like to say all the delegates and participants present here to come and join by 2:35. So the next session will start from 2:35 hours. So you are requested to take your lunch or tiffins, whatever, and get in touch within 2:35 hours. Thank you. So
This